We'll give it a few minutes. Everybody get by the commercials right there at the beginning. Again, guys, everybody relax, have some fun. Okay. Huh?
Lake Nottely. That's
Lake
I don't
Nottely.
know.
Lake Nottely. That's what we're
Don't
going to
know
talk about.
any
There we go.
Nottely.
Nottely. We're going to talk Lake Nottely. There we go. We got some people on there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started there. We're going Paul Coonan is working through there we go. He's working through the cameras, and we'll go ahead and get started. Guys, I appreciate you showing up for the Thursday night edition of the show at Fish North Georgia. We got a lot of good stuff tonight. We're going to talk about some lakes that we don't normally talk about, some of the northern lakes, but I think some of the tactics that apply to some of these lakes will help us down here in the south as well, because, again, we're all talking about deep water reservoirs and stuff like that. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah.
Deep water reservoirs like that. And, again, we appreciate every one of you who are taking the time to your time to spend a little bit of time with us and join us in this, and we hope again that you will put your comments and questions in the I call it the side section right here, because this is what I'm looking at. I don't know exactly what the technical term is, but again, all you guys out there, we appreciate every single one of you. What's good in the neighborhood? Hey, buddy, if you got outside today, if any of you got outside today, it was absolutely beautiful. The Lord made a good day for all of us. I hope you got to enjoy it. We had a power outage here at the store, so it was a little bit different.
Sorry about that.
Was that you? Was that you?
No,
Did you fix it?
I work for the power company, but
I know, but listen, it was pretty funny. But anyway, guys, so again, we thank you. We want you to be interactive and ask these questions. Anything you got, we want to be able to answer. And got an interesting panel tonight, and I'm going to introduce them here in just a second. But again, let's always take care of the business first. This episode is brought to you by State Farm and the Cassidy Agency. Chase Epley, you see that sign right behind the big boy right there? If you see, move your head right there, you big old boy. So you see Chase Epley, 678-779-7269. You can get him at Chase at Cassidy State Farm or SF.com, CassidySF.com. And listen, from your home, your auto, all those kind of things down to, again, the personal articles policy that we've been talking about, Chase can set you up with what you need. He is making a lot of guys that are in this group very happy. They're bringing their insurance over to him, and he is setting them up. So, again, we highly recommend Chase Epley. He's part of the family. Again, 678-779-7269. So, again, we thank State Farm for their continued support, not only for the show, but for the Electric Elites as well. So we appreciate them being a partner with us. And there goes my microphone. Watch this thing. It likes to slide back on me every once in a while. All right. So, again, before I get to the guests, got a couple more things. If you're following us on Facebook right now, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and fill out whatever it is you got to fill out there. And that will put your name on there so that when we see the comments in the section, it doesn't say Facebook user. We really like to know who is, see right there.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that one.
Jonathan Farmer, see you Saturday. Let me know if you want to do a side bet. Well, listen, he would know who you are if you went to StreamYard.com/Facebook and put your name right there. You see that Paul the Man Coonan has put it right there in the comments right there. Again, everybody, there's several of them. You can do it on YouTube or Facebook. User? So Facebook user, it's not as personal as if we see your name. So we like to see your name or at least your call handle, like the infamous Pork Taco. We've got the known Pork Taco as Matt Melton now, but I love that he's doing he's got his own stuff going on. Pork Taco, he's got like his own handle, and it's pretty cool. So if you guys get to do that, that's totally cool. But again, Facebook and Facebook group, if you're not there, join us there. Go ahead and join us there. Also follow us on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell for notifications. So anytime that we do this or any one of our guide videos or any future videos and content drops, you'll be notified. You can also follow us on Instagram at Fish North Georgia and Twitter. Now, listen, I'm trying to build this Twitter thing up, all right? I'm not great at it, but if you're on Twitter, I want you to go to Twitter at Fish North GA. Okay, Fish North GA, and give us a follow so we can kind of build the Twitterverse, whatever they call it out there. And Josh has got this TikTok thing going. If you haven't seen Josh's TikToks, the man is amazing at what he does. Anytime he touches a camera or anything like that is absolutely awesome. And decked out John Boats. Hey, how you doing? What's up, buddy? Who all is fishing this weekend? I wish I could say it was me. I will be at the store. You fishing this weekend?
No, sir.
Any of y'all fishing this weekend?
I'm fishing this
You're
weekend.
fishing this weekend. All right, so 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4 is fishing. Did I miss the introduction of the local hammers that are on tonight? No, you did not. I'm almost there. But again, seriously, follow us on all those things. And we look forward to growing our social media presence. Now, I'm going to introduce my panel tonight. I've got some heavy hitters on tonight. How about that? To my left, the owner of Chattahoochee Jigs.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Foster Dubrock. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you tired? I know you're tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
The man has worked, but anyway, he's worked today, but he has graced us with his presence. And I'm sure at some point we'll talk jigs or BFLs or something like that. Something like that. You good?
Yeah.
Are you awake?
Just don't talk about Florida fishing.
Do you suck at Florida fishing?
Yeah, I just came back from my bachelor party last weekend and only caught 2.
Bachelor party. And I didn't get invited. Why did I not get an invite?
Because you had to work here.
No, I didn't even get an invite. I could have took off. I own this place.
You weren't. You weren't taking off. We drove 8 hours for 2 fish. It was great.
So your bachelor party was fishing?
Yeah, we went to the St. Johns River for 3 days.
Ain't that sweet?
It was awesome.
So no women, no crazy nights, remembering anything.
We did get to hang out with a couple midgets at the bar, but that was it. Sorry, short people.
Little people.
Little people.
But that was fun.
Again, let me go ahead and say that is not the expressed intent of Fish North Georgia to call them midgets. You're little people. All right, so you good?
Yeah, it was fun, but we only caught 2 fish.
But listen, I'm only 5'7". I'm right there with
you.
you.
What do you consider your little people?
Listen, you're little John. All right, we're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you. And jumping in here at the last minute because he came to watch the show.
Barday worked.
Where's Barday work? Low, yeah, I know it.
No, he showed up at the shop today and talked to me.
Did he? Did Barday come?
Yeah.
Did he have on overalls?
No,
he didn't.
No sleeve T-shirt though, and flip flops.
He had a wife beater on.
Nice.
No, it was a regular gray T-shirt, but he cut
said
the
no
sleeves off.
sleeve.
Yeah, he cut the sleeves out.
That's a wife beater.
No, it's not. Wife beater is one of them like.
It's like a tank top.
Yeah, a tank top with a riffle.
You're just from a different generation like this. So anyway, regardless,
colored TV.
Regardless, so what kind of guns does Barday have? Let's talk about it. What kind of arms does Barday have?
As big as his head.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Were they muscular or kind of chunky? Come on, I know you paid attention.
But I did.
Were you checking him out?
His eagle claw talons that he carries, his feet with flip flops were nasty.
He's got nasty feet.
I told him
Barday's got nasty feet.
I told him he needed to go get a
all right, everybody. Listen, Barday has got nasty feet. Good evening, Facebook. You should go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give us your name and join us. So anyway, Eric Payne, how are you, sir? Eric is. I'm gonna call him Mr. Maker's Mark because he is a man of fine brown spirits. How about that?
Party liquor. There you go. He was coming to watch the show, and you know what? This is what we do here at Fish North. We said, "What the hell? Get on the show. We're gonna put him on the show tonight." So, this is your debut. Isn't Danny wonderful?
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But I'm glad you could join us. And you are a friend of Fish North Georgia and part of the family. So, hey, jump right in.
Thanks,
and
sir.
Listen, this is something else, guys. If you just come to watch the show, you never know what might happen. We might stick you on camera. All right. So, like I said, we I'm not saying we got low standards or anything. We'll stick anybody on camera because, again, this is about community, right? This is about everybody here in North Georgia and about fishing. You do fish.
Yes, sir.
You fish Nottely and some of these deeper clear water.
Nottely,
yeah, so you're right there. You're right there. So absolutely perfect. And now, finally, listen, guys, this has been 3 episodes I've had this guy on. And every time he comes on, I say, we're going to talk Nottely or we're going to talk some of these northern lakes. The first time he come on, we talked daggum swim baits with Jeremiah, wasn't it? Was that the first one? Yep. And then the second one, I mean, we talked a little bit of Nottely, but not much. But regardless, we're going to talk northern lakes tonight. If I get off track and start talking about southern lakes, just reach over here and slap me and we'll get back on track.
Southern lake, northern lake, they fish a lot alike.
I know, but Jonathan Farmer's here. He is you fish the BFLs and what do you fish? ABA 35?
ABA 35 and ABA 125.
So that's Ridenhour's.
Yeah. Keith.
Yeah, I guess that's his last name. I can't pronounce it half the time. So anyway, guys, we got a pretty good group together. Now you fish, Eric, you live up, you have a house or something like that up on, or your parents have a house up on which lake?
Nottely.
Okay.
Nottely.
So again,
but we go from Nottely, Blue Ridge, Chattooga, all of them.
We got some great lakes at 515. Basically the 515 corridor.
And you got some great trout streams too. Right on top of them.
Right on top of it.
It is fantastic. seriously though, I mean, you go up 515, you hit Carter's, Blue Ridge, you get up to Chateau, you get up to Nottely, Burton, all that. So that, I mean, that is a road to fishing paradise, if you want to call it like that.
If you put in on Blue Ridge and you're not doing well, you can take out in 15 minutes, be on Nottely.
Look at that. Matt Melton wants to go straight up. Please talk Nottely. What would y'all throw there Saturday and where? So I tell you what, Matt, you hang on, and we're going to get to that. Definitely going to get to that. I got a couple of announcements. Can you hold on for just a few more seconds? Number one, I want to tell everybody we will be at the shop tomorrow, which is Friday. You know, what's today's date?
25th.
Today's the 25th?
Yes.
Dadgummit.
Yeah, because tomorrow's 26th, the day that Red Crest ends.
The day of what?
Red Crest.
What is Red Crest?
The Major League Fishing.
Have you been watching that?
Classic, of course.
Well, who's winning?
Brian Thresh. He's been putting it.
He's just killing everybody, right?
He's putting an ass whooping.
Is that what he's doing?
He's putting an ass whooping.
Well, there you go. All right, so good. So you think so? Is tomorrow the last day?
Mhm.
We might watch it here. Where can we pick that up at?
MajorLeagueFishing.com.
MajorLeagueFishing.com. So you get live.
Where you can watch the BFLs.
Same place to
Mhm.
watch BFLs. Okay, so tomorrow we'll watch it here at the store. So anyway, what I was saying is tomorrow, the 26th and the 27th, which is Saturday, we will be at the shop all day. You guys come on down and see us. You can see the building that we're trying to create. You know, we got a lot of progress going on. Again, if you come, I'm asking you to please bring a canned food or non-perishable food donation to the Georgia Mountain Food Bank. This is something I'm going to continue to do. Anytime you come to our store, hey, if you got a couple of cans of food like that, just bring them. We're going to stick them in a barrel. We're going to make sure that we do our part in helping, you know, those that are a little less fortunate than us, those that are hungry. This Georgia Mountain Food Bank, I think, if I'm not mistaken, what they do is they distribute to other food banks. So anytime you bring a can or something like that, you're doing even a little part to help people that are hungry. And I think that's good. And again, you got to give in this life to have a cheerful heart. That's just my own personal thought. Anytime you can give, it's something good that will do. It'll change you. And the more you do it, the better you'll be. So again, if you come see us, bring us a canned good. And a couple other things. We've got the raffle tickets for the Fishing for Warriors that Justin Speece is putting on as a kayak tournament. And he's got all kinds of stuff. If I tried to list it all, I would not do it justice. But last I saw was about $4,000 worth of different things that he has put together. So the raffle tickets are $1. You can buy them here, or you can look up Justin Speece on Facebook. And what's up, Tatum? And he will absolutely set you up. Again, it's just guys, it just makes you feel good to do that and to help other people. So I strongly suggest it. And the last thing I want to say before we get into the talking tonight about Lake Nottely is at the store this weekend, we now have stocked in her refrigerator. Paul, please correct me if I pronounce it wrong. Waiawega. Is that correct? There you go. I got the thumbs up. Waiawega cheese curds. Now listen, they sponsor the Electric Elite. All right. One of the things they're trying to do, they got these 12-ounce packs of cheese curds. All right. And they have sent us a bunch of them. We got them in the refrigerator. They are $10.50 a pack. All right. Why do they have cheese down here in South Georgia? Well, when you go out fishing, think about this. You're always taking nuts. Huh? What they say?
South Georgia.
South Georgia. Well, we're in the South compared to Wisconsin. All right, so why do we have them in North Georgia? Good grief! I got the crowd here tonight. Tough crowd tonight. Anyway, listen, I'm serious. We're gonna fight before we get out of here tonight. But anyways, you see the logo right there on the thing. These guys sponsor the elites, but what they're trying to do is give you an alternative. All right, when you're out fishing these tournaments. All right, a lot of people take, you can fix a sandwich, you take beef jerky, you take peanuts, stuff like that. These things are absolutely awesome when they're and they're better even as the day goes on when they're at room temperature. I don't even know how they make cheese curds. All I know is they're just absolutely good. I had them on Rocky Mountain last week, and I ate just about a whole pack. And I don't even want to tell you
2 bites,
huh?
2 bites,
2 bites.
Yeah, you ate the whole pack in 2 packs.
I probably could have. That's probably why we didn't catch no fish, because I was eating cheese curds all the time. You can take them. Listen, you can take them and you can beer batter them and fry them. Listen, these things are absolutely awesome. But the thing is, these are the best cheese curds in Wisconsin. Now I know us Georgian boys, we're kind of like, we don't quite understand that, but everybody I've talked to has said these are top shelf cheese curds. come on down. We got sharp cheddar, we got white cheddar, and we got mixed bags. So $10.50 a bag. They go good with the cold one. All I can say is that when you beer batter them. So we'll get into some other announcements later, but I got to those. If you guys want to look at this piece of paper. See all these announcements I got? That's all messed up right there. I got tons of things to talk about, including some Electric Elite information. But right now, let's jump right into Lake Nottely. All right, with Jonathan right here. We're going to let you you got some packs of cheese curds? Let me see. Yeah, hold them things up for the camera.
Where's the front? There's the front.
There, you got to hold it up with
This
light.
one.
Look at that. All I'm going to tell you is this. Listen, if you haven't eaten cheese curd, the ones you get at Zaxby's and all that, we ain't talking about the same thing. This is like a different ball game.
There we go. No glare.
No glare. There you go. Why we get cheese curds? We gave them out to the elites last week. And you going to open them up? They actually are better as you sit. You want a knife, son?
Yeah. Somebody got one.
Somebody got a knife. My knife's upstairs with my gun. Oh, look at there. My God. Look at sharp, dude. What did you do with that? Who sharpened that knife?
You gotta sharpen every knife, man.
Seriously, dude.
Sharpen
I'm not gonna mess with
Sharpen
you.
a knife.
Take out a manufacturer's edge off of it.
Yeah.
It's worth nothing.
All right, look at this cheese curd. Look at this thing. I mean, this is a lot better than the pork brains I ate a couple weeks ago.
I have to agree.
Would you eat pork brains?
I did.
Now listen, here's the thing. They're cold right now. So right now they taste like just cheese. But as they heat up, there's something about a cheese curd. I don't know what it is that God put in it. They squeak. I'm not lying.
Yeah, they're squeaking in between my teeth.
They'll start squeaking. And look, they ain't no particular shape. But imagine that battered up in beer, like a beer batter and all that, and it'd be melty and all that. Just seriously, that is slap your mama good. But again, we got these things. So let's kick it back over to because I keep talking about cheese curds. You want to talk about Nottely?
Talk on.
Talk on. Let's talk Nottely. All right. So tell us a little bit, Mr. Farmer, about Lake Nottely.
Lake Nottely is a northern lake. It is ran by TVA, that's Tennessee Valley Association. They it is a flood control lake. It's not a very, very big lake.
How many acres you reckon?
I think it's a 90-acre lake.
90 acre?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang.
No,
I was about to say, I think it's 13.
13 acres or 1,300? 13,000.
I'm not completely
13,000.
sure on what acreage it is.
Chattoog's 19.
He's right. He's right on the money. It's about like
it does like a piece of fried crappy, dude. It's absolutely good. 4,100-ish is what Pork Taco said. So a little over 4,000.
It's not a very big lake.
Okay.
You can run from one end to the other in what, like 6 minutes on full pad?
Okay. So
the only thing that slows you down are the S curves up towards the river.
So is it more of a river channel kind of lake?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half of it.
half of it, and the other half is wide open.
All right. So this lake right here is so you say one half river channel, one half main lake. Okay. So right now, tell everybody, let's separate into two lakes.
Okay. It is two different lakes.
It is two different lakes. Let's take, what is your favorite?
41 acres.
How many?
Or 4180. So
4180. So it's a Fish Hawk and Foster Dubrock of
Yeah, I just
Chattahoochee
looked it up.
Jigs. Do you like all the ways I'm calling you out?
Oh yeah, it's 106
Chattahoochee
miles. It's
Jigs.
106 miles of shoreline.
Now, how much is that?
That's just how much shore is.
I know what the hell it is. I mean, how much is
106
that?
miles.
106 miles.
So if you had to walk the bank
If you had to
all the
walk
way
the
around,
bank-
You had to walk the
106
bank.
miles.
If you were bank fishing on Lake Nottely.
Okay,
I think
all
the
right.
Nottely River is like 33 miles long or something. like
Yeah,
that,
they also.
So where
said
does the
something about
Nottely
that.
River come from?
from the mountains.
Yeah, from the mountains.
I got some highbrow intelligence here tonight from the highlands.
It's 20 miles upstream from Blairsville. So it's
20 miles upstream from Blairsville.
It comes out of like the Blood Mountain,
Yeah.
Bogle area.
You go
Okay.
It comes up.
there.
All right. So now tell us a little bit about the river area, the first part of it.
The river area is probably one of my favorite. Is my favorite place to go.
Okay.
My thing is the fish are condensed. They don't have that far to go. And some parts of that river, you can just about sit in the middle. And if you got a bombing crankbait, you can about reach both sides.
Hold on a second. Let me real quick. Let me talk to this answer right here. Kathy Melton. Yes, we're going to do the poetry lyrics tonight. You definitely need to stay tuned for this because I have picked a absolute perfect song for the big country boy that's sitting across from me. It's going to be perfect. All right, there. Let's go back now. I can't listen. You can talk Nottely. I just want to hear you sing this song here in a little bit. But
I don't know if you'll get me to sing it. I might read it, but I don't know if I'm going to sing it.
All right. So in the river, I imagine current plays a lot of part in this.
Actually, when the lake's all the way up, it's not that much current because they're not pulling or anything like that.
Explain that a little bit when you say the lake is all the way up, because these northern lakes are a little bit different than down here with Lanier.
All the northern lakes, Blue Ridge, Chateau, Nottely, they all have a drawdown every year. 14 feet right now is how far down Nottely is.
Okay, and why is that?
Flood regulation.
So these are flood control lakes.
Yeah, it's just like Altoona.
Okay, like Altoona.
Yeah, for spite. Yeah, they do it for spite.
Right. Gotcha.
But when they're filling the lake up, there's so much back push that there's not that much current upriver. It's kind of stagnant like the lower lake would be.
Gotcha.
But in the spawning season or the pre-spawn season, there's only so many places those fish can go to spawn upriver.
So they're easily targeted. Now we're talking mostly largemouth here. That's I know it has spots too, but
it has spots.
But we're talking tonight largemouth.
The bigger of the three species, yes. The largemouth.
So does it have smallmouth too? You said three species.
It used to.
They're called unicorns up there.
You might catch one if you're
and go buy a lottery ticket after you do
got a horseshoe in your
Yeah.
back pocket.
Let me real quick say congratulations to our guest James Larry, who actually caught some fish. I saw pictures of it this weekend. He's been striking out a lot, but he definitely was holding up some fish. So congratulations to you, boss. Your patience and perseverance got you through. So that's awesome like that. So that's exactly what it's all about. So David Barnes Gentry wants to know where we're talking about the river part. He liked my young hair. I wore my Young Harris shirt.
He did.
I've got a daughter that graduated from Young Harris, and I got a son that's up there right now.
Chateau's a little closer.
Chateau is a little closer, but it is northern. It is northern, right? I mean, we are northern, so that's why I wore Young Harris. So
that's where my folks met.
Your folks met at Young Harris. Did they go there?
Yep.
Oh, doggone! Back when it was a 2-year school, kind of.
Yep. Then they went to UGA.
Joe Frank Harris, the governor, went to Young Harris, and so did Trisha Yearwood.
Really?
I really don't give a crap, but I know that because I hear it every single time. Every single time we go up there.
That's a great fact.
It is a fact. I mean, Trisha Yearwood, I don't really care. I don't like your singing, but you went to Young Harris. So anyway, so the question was, is that considered the upper part of the lake when we're talking about the rivers?
Yes, that's the upper part of the lake.
Okay.
The lower lake and most lakes are towards a dam. So the higher up the river you go, it's considered the upper part of the lake.
Okay, go ahead, Eric. Yeah.
Now, are these unique just to North Georgia here, where the river flows from south to north? Because all three of those bodies of water, Blue Ridge, Nottely, and Chateau, flow from south to north to the dam.
Answer that question there, big boy.
Altoona flows east to west.
I have no freaking idea.
I know the Toccoa flows from south to north because it's like the only river that goes up into Tennessee from Georgia.
I always wondered if that altered the fish's behavior.
That the water flowed backwards or flowed north?
Yeah,
north?
Yeah, we're up in Fannin and Blairsville.
Everything's different up there. Yeah. but no, that's actually a good question because
up is south and down is north.
It's different because it's not the norm, I guess is what you want to say. So
St. John's.
Dalton.
There you go. What is Tank is on here? Tell Jonathan not to spill all the Nottely secrets before this weekend. Well, listen here.
He's going to Florida. I don't know why he's worried about it.
Listen, we are absolutely here to spill every secret we possibly can because number one, I'm not fishing it, and number two, that's what we do. All right, we're trying to give you information. You understand that information to give you, we want you to be successful. So if we can spill a few secrets out of Jonathan to make somebody whip him in a tournament up here, we're going to do that like that. So anyway, how about this? Let's jump on this. And we'll go. Are you familiar with Nottely?
No, I've never fished.
Why the hell are you here?
Because you texted me and said,
I did. I
need an extra chair.
I said, you want to jump in on the chair? Are you going
I need an extra chair.
Are you going to be able to stay awake?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Have you ever fished Nottely?
No. I just said that. I've never fished but I have. Are you awake? I've fished Chattooga and I have fished Blue Ridge.
Okay, so you'll wake up when we talk Chattooga and Blue Ridge.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to learn.
You're just trying to learn. There you go. All right. So, Mr. Payne, you're on Nottely all the time.
Almost every weekend.
Almost every weekend. Okay, so you're a regular there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's stay in the upper part of the lake that he's talking about. What makes you successful or unsuccessful in that part of the lake? And sometimes telling people what don't work is just as good as telling them what does work. So, what does or does not work for you?
In the winter, I downsize everything.
Right.
In the summer, you can upsize a little bit, but we usually throw soft plastics, 3-inch swim baits, Ned rigs,
So you go
boring
small.
stuff. Yeah. I fly fish a lot from the boat. So I'm one of those perverts
You're one of those.
out there doing
You're a
that
fly
stuff.
fisherman.
Yeah. Well,
in the
sometimes.
wintertime too?
In the wintertime.
Yeah, striper fishing.
Yeah,
is so
for
much
striper.
fun.
But now you're pulling a Henry Cowan.
No, I would never compare myself.
No,
to
but you're
him.
doing what he does. You
Oh,
wait, you
yeah.
try to get the stripers up. The
Yeah.
stripers come up in the wintertime, so you're trying to hit them, in the
Yeah.
upper water column against
Yeah.
with your fly rod.
Yep. My dad always hits them with a fluke on a spinning rod.
Right. But
It
okay, so let me
annoys
ask you
me.
this, since that's a little curveball right here. Have you done that on Lanier or just on Nottely?
The only time I've ever fished Lanier has been from the bank
Okay.
in a park. I've never been out on a boat on it.
Gotcha. I was just curious, but you can nail those stripers up there
Oh,
on a
yeah.
fly rod.
Yeah. But
That's an episode all in and of itself.
there's
right
far
there.
fewer people doing it on Nottely, and there's a great striper population.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
got
A great striper.
population.
Does it have hybrids or just stripers?
It's got hybrids in it too.
Why would
Not
they
as
have
many as
why would
Not
they
as
have
many
both?
as they do stripers.
Why would the DNR or TVA or whoever stock both stripers and hybrids?
I think there was hybrids
Bait
in there
control.
before the
Yeah.
stripers.
Bait
were-
control.
blueback.
The blueback.
So there's
They go
bluebacks in
crazy.
Nottely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the blueback exploded on Nottely. And they
There's
put
blueback
the-
in every northern lake from Lanier up.
I heard there was some in Altoona. That's just a little drop that I've
Yes,
heard from people say.
But there's not enough to make a difference.
Not enough, but they are there. They are there. They are
They're there.
finally making their
They're
way
there.
in
A
that.
lot of people
Altoona.
say they're not. They're there.
I've heard a lot of the striper guys have when they're catching their bait and stuff like that have run into a few bluebacks on Altoona.
Well, it's because of the striper guys dropping bait in the lake too.
So there you go. Okay, there you go. Just dropping a little thing.
But yeah, anything from like Lanier up has blueback in it.
Has blueback in it. So
And so that's why they put the hybrids and stripers in it, is to keep that down because it can overpopulate lakes.
okay, so now, but we're going to primarily focus on largemouth bass. So, Jonathan, right now in the river section, what are we looking at doing? If you're, I know you said you kind of had a rough day up there today. You're trying a few things for the tournament, but
I went up there trying. I went up there with only like 3 rods with me, with a buddy of mine, just to see if the fish were in that transition of moving shallow.
there's Jacob Fleming said there's none in Carter's the blueback, so that they got those aloe's or whatever.
Yeah,
they
the
are.
aloes.
Aloes.
Alewife.
What is it?
Alewife.
Aloes.
See, all
Aloes.
3 of you said it differently.
Alewife.
Alewife. I thought it was for like
No, it's
the
an alewife.
lady with the steins bringing them to you because she's
The
sort
German
yeah, like
kind of stack,
a milkmaid but with beer.
and that's called alewives.
Alewife.
Alewife.
Aloes.
Alewife. Okay, ale /
Ale,
wife. Alewife.
yeah.
And you say it's what?
Aloes.
Alewives.
Aloes.
Alewives. And you
I
say?
don't know.
Alewife.
I'm
Yes,
an
buddy.
idiot. I'm probably
That's
wrong.
what's up, Walton Doyle. Hey, Mike Smith wants to know why and when did Alatoona become the Dead Sea? I will tell you this. I'm just going to tell you this from my perspective.
Never.
Now, Josh and I have been doing this for a few years now. We're getting to know everybody. Alatoona is finally those guys are coming around and talking to us. All I can say is I don't know why it's called the Dead Sea, because I catch more fish in Lake Alatoona than I do any other lake we fish. It's easier to me to catch fish out there. Now, size is another thing.
You want to know a weird fact?
But the fish are there.
Mhm.
What's the weird fact there,
So
Foster?
GON did a research that Alatoona is the #1 lake to go catch 5 fish.
If you got to catch 5 fish,
Yeah,
Alatoona.
if you got to go catch, like if you want to go out and just catch fish, go to Alatoona. It's the #1 lake in the state to go and catch fish.
That's crazy. My mom is killing me. What lures or bait are they using with fly rods to catch on. So let's go back to Nottely. You're on a fly rod. I suppose you're catching stripers.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you throw when
In
you
the
catch
winter.
stripers in the winter on Nottely?
There's a bait that Rainey's makes that's like a segmented, like a jerk bait sort of. Well, I use Game Changers too, but those are chocolates. But yeah,
I have
like
no
those.
idea what the hell he's talking about because he's talking fly fishing. Same thing that you got a when you say a broke bait, so you got like a jointed bait that you throw on a fly rod?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you just throw it on a spinning reel?
Because I'm a masochist.
It's because you got all these ADDs and DDDs and all that stuff.
Man.
You want to do that?
No, fly rods are fun.
They are fun. They are definitely fun like that. Now, Jonathan, though, up the river right now, you're going tomorrow. What are you going to use to target these fish?
Kind of the same things I use today. I'm going up there with some type of chatterbait, crankbait, and a jerkbait right now, and a jig and a worm. If that doesn't,
well, hell,
work.
that's everything. You just throwing
the kitchen sink at them.
What about
There's no spoons?
No spoons.
No
No spoons right now. So what kind of describe the depth and the level of the river channel as we're talking about right now?
Right now,
While it's up now, now you can tell them what it is right now, and tell them what it is at full pool.
Right now, up the river, you're running into 36 foot in the middle of the river channel.
Okay.
So when you get up in those pockets, you're only seeing 13, 14 feet. So when those fish actually do move up, they're there. They don't have very far to go. But when the river's up or the lake's up, you've got almost 50 feet in the river. And you can run up to the water willows and the some buckbrush up the river, and that's where you start to find your flipping and pitching bites. When the water gets up high enough to get into that, it's usually when you can start going down the bank, just pitching into laydowns and stuff like that.
We're targeting largemouth when we're doing
largemouth.
And you have told me that in the past there are some monster largemouth on Lake Nottely.
There are some monsters in that lake.
When do they normally spawn on Nottely?
Usually it's in about the second week of April into May.
Okay.
So they because of the how they step the lake up when they're bringing the lake up, you'll have the first wave come in, they'll spawn. And as they're spawning or they've already laid their eggs, they'll put 5 foot of water on top of them.
Gotcha.
So the next wave will move up. They'll spawn, make their beds, and then the same thing. They'll put 5
So
foot
as it comes up, you got different levels.
You got different levels of fish coming in.
And when it's at full pool, how deep is that section? So by 50 foot now?
50, 56 feet.
And how wide are we talking? Because I know it's more like a river channel.
Not very wide. You can put
your
troll motor
on. Yeah, when you cross over 515, there's not a lot of it there.
You can put your troll motor on 100 and be on the other side of the bank in minutes.
Okay, that's a fish sounds like Al Wise. Listen, I don't know how you pronounce that fish. I know that Carter's is supposedly full of them. I don't know about the others. Where did Foster go? Oh, he had to go get something out of his truck. Okay, we were going to start a new game today. How far Danny could go? Seriously, we talked about this before the show. How far? I was going to give you the first 10 minutes for you guys to bet how far I could go before I had to go take a bathroom break. All right, so we're about 33 minutes in, and I'm about to bust. So here's what I'm going to do. Since Foster took off, I'm going to we need to start opening that door right there. It ain't but like 10 foot. I could do it right here. Nobody would know.
That's right.
All right. So here's what I want you two to do.
Mm-hmm.
Since how Foster and I are just absolutely wet in the bed and we're not doing much of a show, I want you fished Nottely today, right?
No. Last Saturday,
but recently.
Yeah.
And you fished it today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell everybody how you tried to go today that did or did not work. And then you come upon, back to what's been successful for you. And I know you caught some stripers, but let's stay a little more on the bass category. And Foster's just Foster. Are you good now, Foster?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're gonna run the show while I'm gone. They know what to do. You just sit here and look pretty.
Yes, sir.
We good? All right,
that's easy to do.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Well, when I went up to Nottely today, we went looking for a moving bite. We went up looking for a crankbait. jerk bait, spinner bait bite, threw some lipless as well. But the fish just weren't acting right for it. Drug a DT 10 over someone's back, snagged one in the back with a DT 10. They just weren't eating the moving stuff today. Ended up seeing a striper boat with a planer board catch a big, either a big spot or largemouth, and on live bait. And it showed me that the fish were a little bit more suspended than I thought they were. So I started throwing jerk bait and caught one on a jerk bait, and then got a couple to smack at it. And other than that, it was pretty rough all day.
Yeah, we mostly fish shallow when they're suspended. Only thing we do is maybe throw a spoon or a drop shot down, with like a little 3-inch Kitech on it. That usually works pretty well, but we mainly fish shallow there because you can on the river. Once you get past Young Cane Creek, you just got plenty of good bank. You got plenty of good pockets. It's really nice. Like everything that you need to decide is just laid out right for you. You look for the rocky banks, you look for, the transitions, and you just hit them, and they're going to be there.
The rising temps. No, I don't think the rising temps is what messed them up. I think with the front coming in tonight and the high pressure or the low pressure we had the night before, and we had really high pressure today, is what screwed them up. I think
what was water temp today?
Water temp, the lowest I saw was 46 back in Jacks Creek, and the highest I saw was upriver, and it was 50.8.
Yeah.
Warm.
Water upriver is a little bit dirtier than down lake.
And that's why it's hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on Saturday. I think it was 45 because we always launch from well, not always, but we launched from Jacks Creek, and in the warmest part of the day, it got up to about 47, 48.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, when we went into Jacks Creek, that was right after we'd saw the striper fishermen on planer boards catch one, and that's when I threw a jerk bait on a point and caught a spot bass. It's not what we were looking for, but we did catch one doing that.
All right. I'm back. Got a couple questions out there. Ever use a Demiki? That's what you're going to do that first. Why would you use live bait versus tackle? How do you decide? Well, I can tell you right now, I grew up as a live bait fisherman. That's what I did on the farm ponds and everything. It was fun. But tackle wise, I would think that most guys like to do that because of the challenge. And also because if you fish tournaments or anything like that, it's required. I do not look down on live bait fishermen at all. That's what they do. And I've enjoyed it many, many times. But I think there's something to be said about trying to trick another living creature into doing what you want it to do. So you're putting out that whatever it is you're fishing, you're trying to fool nature. And so there's a certain challenge to doing that. That's just me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all agree on that?
I agree to that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the basic reason why.
It's a test of your predatory skills.
Test of your predatory skills. There
Right.
you go. See, I like that. We're predators, man, right there.
We
Let's go.
are.
Pop that
We
next
all
question
are.
down. Ever use a Demiki rig or a spy bait for suspended fish on Nottely or Chateau?
Yes. I use a Demiki rig throughout the winter.
Throughout the wintertime.
Throughout the winter
So, but we're coming out of the winter.
and into the spring.
Okay, so into the spring. So let's keep on going. You ever use a Demiki rig?
I use, sort of a Demiki rig. I use an Okashira head with a
what?
prop on it.
Okashira head.
Yeah, it's a jig head. It's like a darter head with a prop on it
Okay, gotcha.
with a little soft swim bait.
All right.
I mean, it's not exactly a spy bait, but
Similar.
I'm not
It's in
gonna.
a way of a spot, right?
Yeah,
Now,
It's
you're a
made by
jig
the same
man. You
company.
don't throw nothing like that, do you?
I throw a Demiki rig sometimes.
You do throw a Demiki?
Mm-hmm.
Just sometimes.
It's more, I throw it over a drop shot just because a drop shot's seen 3.3 thousand times and a Demiki rig hasn't been seen all that much.
Gotcha. So you're just trying to
Nowadays, so
change it up a little bit.
It's just a little bit different. I throw it the same way. I still drop it straight down vertical, but I throw a spy bait a lot in the springtime when those fish get suspended.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to skip one question. David Barnes Gentry, I'm going to come back to you.
hang on, but I'm going to go down here to Facebook user right there. If you would go to StreamYard.com//Facebook and enter your name, enter the information, enter your name. It's much more personal to us if we see your question up there and we get to know you. That's another cool thing. You guys don't understand when we see your names and all that up there. What y'all laughing at?
Stop talking about the OSU ahead.
Huh? Stop talking about Ron Swinford. Okay, I got you. I see you down there. See, that's one thing about these comments that you don't understand. It's kind of like we see the same names all the time, and it becomes kind of like a family, a community. We expect certain guys to be here, and we love it. So when we see your name, we learn it over a couple of episodes, and just like the Adventures of Pork Taco right there down below. That is Matt Melton. But for the first 15 episodes, he was always the first person on here. And we were like, who the hell is Pork Taco? All right, we didn't know it. But finally, he said Matt Melton. And here's the kicker, guys. He's become a friend of the show. He's been on the show. He comes to the shop. He knows that he can come. Tyler. Come on, Tyler Burt. Let's go. Put your name in there. Good grief. But, Matt knows that he can walk into Fish, North Georgia like he owns the place. And that's exactly the kind of atmosphere we want. We want all of you guys to act like you own the place. You walk in here, and it's your shop, it's your store, it's your show. So I think that's what we're trying to do in there.
It's awesome.
Tell him. Seriously, this is the second time you've been down.
Yeah. I came just to watch because I enjoy the show. I enjoy the community. Like there's so many people that I wouldn't be able to hear from, and so many things I wouldn't be able to learn if it wouldn't for what you and Josh do and what you guys are building here. It's awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned Josh too. That's the big thing. Josh, because I can't get his ass on camera.
He's like the hero in the background.
He does. And he's just too shy. How you gotta be so shy like that? So, all right, let me pop out an announcement real quick, and then we'll get to the big part of Nottely. Okay, we talked a little bit about the River Channel, and then so let me do this. Electric Elite News. Okay, guys, listen. If you are interested in fishing the 2022 season for the Electric Elite, we've already announced that you have to fill out an application. You got to go through this process to be selected. We've already discussed that. But all applications have to be in by July 1st, 2021. So we've set a deadline. We're not taking any applications after July 1st. We've got a good bit in. We expect a lot more in. When you fill out the application, you can go to the Electric Elite and find it. Is it still up there, Josh? Do you know? Should be. All right. If you can't, just hit me. We'll find it. Do what, buddy?
On the Facebook page.
On the Facebook page of the Electric Elite, you can find the application. Now, again, we ask for your social media. We ask for all kinds of stuff because we want to know more about you and what you can bring to our tournament trail. So again, July 1st. Any of you big lake boat guys want to jump down and try to tackle some of these guys and get whipped by the electric guys, come on, put your application in. I know a lot of you want to do it. The money is outstanding. We're building this. It's going to grow again. July 1st. That's it. So definitely you guys jump in here and we'll start the process with that. So got that out of the way. I got so many things I got to say tonight, but we're going to try to stick to Nottely for you, Jonathan. What are you laughing at right there?
No, I'm just laughing at you.
Facebook user. Good grief. Let's go. StreamYard.com/Facebook. I ain't going to say it again. I'm just kidding, guys.
Yeah, are you going to say it 30
I'm going to
more
say
times?
it 52 times. You ever throw big swim baits on Nottely, like 8 to 10 inch baits? Either one of you two guys. I've never fished the lake, so that's on you two.
I don't fish swim baits that big. I'm a tournament guy. I'm looking for 5. I'm not looking for 1. But a mag draft, like a 6-inch mag draft, or your bigger one, your 8-inch mag draft, will work, and you'll probably catch a monster doing it.
I've thrown the big ones at Chautauqua and Blue Ridge.
The Tank wants you to ignore that question.
Yeah, I know.
So listen, if Tank wants you to ignore it, that would probably say that it probably works.
It's fun. I've done it on Chautauqua.
How about you? Because you're not a tournament guy.
No,
you just fish for fun.
I'm
You
a
throw
fun
big swim
fisher.
baits. When you put down your fly rod, do you throw the big boys?
I try.
Okay, and when you throw the big boys, how are you trying to throw? What are you targeting?
Bass.
I know you target, but like structure. What the hell?
Where do you throw it?
Bass? Bass? Well, listen.
No.
Well, really?
Really?
Damn.
I'm trying to get it down to the channel.
Okay.
because that's usually where
You
I
like
see
to
a
sink,
lot.
you like to sink and swim bait.
Yeah,
Stuff like
I like
that,
to get
okay?
it down to the channel. There's usually somebody off hanging out around where the channel drops off
On a ledge or something with the channel right there.
more towards the main lake.
Okay,
I'm not successful with that.
but you try.
I try it.
What do you throw?
8-inch mag draft.
Mhm.
I have caught one off a mag sloll, which is Jeremiah said it was not a good one.
But it
It's
worked for you.
it's probably not a good one, but I did catch a fish on one. But yeah, most everything I catch is off a 6-inch or smaller swim bait. I'm more of a finesse type of fisherman.
Gotcha. How about you there, Jig Man?
I've thrown the big rats at shit too, but
The big rats?
yeah, like the
Spro
8.
rat.
No, I
listen,
thought like
come
the
on
old
now.
wooden rat.
Seriously,
Oh,
you throw
the
the
old
disco
wooden
rat?
I threw the old wood rat. So the hand
That
one.
disco. You see them colors on there? It's like
Yeah.
purple and lavender, like you come from 5 Points.
No, but
Seriously.
I've thrown the big wooden
Speaking
rats and the
You
big.
throw that.
I would.
Would you really throw that?
If somebody gave me one, I would try it. I'll try anything.
Oh, don't tell me that, man. I mean, seriously, you ain't gonna be able to show no more. I'm just kidding.
That's-
All right, seriously, what do you but swim bait wise, you throw the big swim baits?
Yeah, so the big rat wake bait and then the big like 8-inch glides. I throw a lot on shit too.
Gotcha. We got the
In
baits
the summertime.
in the summertime. We got the bait sanity baits coming in. That, with the big winter storm that's happened, and hell, half the country's just shut down. So I got stuff in Texas. It's just sitting in Texas, so it might never get out of Texas. So, real quick, say 46 minutes. I want to do this. I want to congratulate Wyatt Richards and Sam. I think it's Hammondtree. Okay. They fished for the junior high at Pickens County High School, and last Sunday on Carter's, they had the biggest sack. They don't get to compete against. I mean, they can't actually win. They won the junior high division, but they had a better sack than any of the high schoolers right there. So they had like 16 pounds, and I wanted to give them a shout out. Wyatt, especially because Wyatt comes in here all the time, and I tie him jigs, and he is an up and coming angler that you got to watch for. Good luck on Clark's Hill. He's going to fish the BASS tournament this weekend on Clark's Hill, which they have a high school tournament coming out of Georgia and South Carolina on the South Carolina side. So you might have 300 or 400 boats out there. That would be absolutely crazy.
250 in the
I was
Georgia
going
one.
to say that sounds like
That'd be 200 something in
soon.
Georgia, and then another 100,
Probably
150
another 150, 200 in
Absolutely.
Georgia.
But
South Carolina.
anyway, Wyatt, listen, we appreciate you. I always want to mention to people, Danny Hogshead, he came by the store today with a guest. Anytime you guys come by, and I'm going to this, listen, if you come by the store, I always talk about bringing canned goods and stuff like that, and that is all great. But there's two other things I want you to do. We're doing something now. It's a new tradition where if you can spare one of your own hats, we would love for you to bring a hat, and we would love for you to autograph your hat. And what we're doing is we're hanging it from the ceiling, kind of our own little thing. You've been in the restaurants where people sign the dollar bills and stick them on the wall and everything. Well, we're filling our shop full of hats. So anytime you guys come and you can spare a hat, we want you to autograph a hat, and we're going to hang it up there. That way, it just kind of shows us the people that are coming to the shop here at Fish North Georgia.
Do y'all have an opening date?
It's
Officially
very
yet?
close. Here's what we're doing. We signed with Pure today, so we got Pure Fishing coming in here in the next couple of weeks. So we got to get them in there. That's your Berkeley, your Abu Garcias, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to get them in here. We've got a couple of other things we got to get in here. We're real close. We got to do a little paving on the outside, apparently, in Pickens County. Handicap parking spots have to be paved. So according to the planning and commission, so we're going to pave that parking spot or do whatever we got to do. And at that point, we can open up.
So like 2-3 months.
No, few weeks.
So a month and a half.
Are you saying we're slow?
No, I'm just
What are you saying there, Foster?
month and a half. I'm giving it a rough guess because I know how the county works. It
Anyway,
takes a while.
I know how the county works, but anyway, so we passed we passed the fire inspection. We passed the fire inspection. And now we just gotta get that parking lot paved, and at that point we can officially open.
Okay.
But I want to get Pure and some other companies in, just that way we got our lines, everything. So we got our terminal tackle, stuff like that. But I am so excited. I'm ready to open. But again, bring a hat, autograph it, because again, our shop is your shop. You understand what I'm saying? Our shop is your shop. You come in here, you can sit, you can watch TV, you can sit on the bar stools and talk to me while I'm working, whatever. We want you to feel like you're at home every single time you walk in here. Doesn't matter who you are, you're all welcome. We love every single one of you. So again, those of you that have been here, we hope that have been in already. We hope that we've expressed that. Okay. So let's do this.
let's do this because we're about halfway, not quite, and we want to get talking back on Nottely and some of these other lakes. But as always, we do the poetic reading. We do the poetic reading of the night, and again, I will send out to the winner of this a few True Grit jigs, a couple other things. No, man, this has got him written all over.
See what it is.
I doubt you know
Yeah.
this song is from way before you. You gonna eat a piece of cheese before you read?
That's right. So I can't
Yeah.
read. I have to hand it off.
Teeth will be all squeaky.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, let Paul see. Let Paul see the song and the. Oh, congratulations! We got an Amber Alert going off
Again.
right there on the phone. So you got that. So again, Paul, I want the special thanks to Paul Coonan, who is actually here. He is learning how to work everything. He is behind the scenes, learning to do Josh's job so that when Josh is out of town doing big boy work, filming and all that, Paul is right here. You will never miss an episode. We will always continue to give you this high quality entertainment. All right. So right here. So here we go. So we've got a song. I'm going to tell you it's from the 70s. So you young boys better get ready. It's from the 70s. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to poetically read this. Do you need to take a drink before you, that cheese curd you got in your mouth? You good? All right, guys. So again, I need the artist and the title of the song. First person who gets the artist and the title of the song.
Andrew Murphy. Don't worry. I can't
He ain't
sing.
going to sing this. I mean, listen, this is going to be a little bit harder.
Pretend you're in church.
Awesome. Here we go. Yeah, Michael just jumped in. Okay, so here we go. Guys, seriously, listen to the words coming from a big old country boy redneck right here. Little bit of disco Thursday night.
3 nights ago.
Say it loud. Come on.
3 nights ago, I was at the disco. Man, I wanted to bump. I was raring to go. And this big fat woman bumped me on the floor. She was raring to go. That chick was raring to go. Man, she did a dip. Almost broke my hip. She was getting down. That chick was getting down.
Oh, you're close. You're close there. Cooper.
She
You're
wanted to
close.
bump some more, but I told her no.
There you go, right there, pork taco. Oh. I told you they would get it.
Ain't gonna bump no more. I like.
Oh my God, I'm about to die. Listen, you done knocked me down once. You done knocked me down once. Said if you want to dance, find you a big fat man. Y'all both can get on down.
I didn't make it that part. I quit.
Can you try to sing it?
No.
Would you try to sing it for us?
No.
No, come on, seriously. Come on, one time, man. Listen, it's
Already?
3 nights ago. I was at a disco. You gotta sing it like that. Come on, try it one time.
I can't. I have no rhythm.
You got a little bit of rhythm.
I ain't got
Sounds
no
like
rhythm.
who it was. So anyway, my wife is awesome. So all you guys listen. Josh didn't think nobody was going to get it. But listen, I knew everybody knows that ain't going to bump no more with no big fat woman. Come on, sing it with me, guys. Come on. You guys are killing me. I'm serious. Y'all are like the biggest letdown I've ever seen. So anyway,
What are you talking about? I ate the pork brains with you.
you did eat the pork brains. You did eat the pork brains. Have you ever ate pork brains?
No.
They taste like potted meat. Do they not really
It
taste
tastes
like
like
potted meat?
meat.
It's potted meat altogether. If you can just get past the fact.
Yeah, have
that
you
it's
ever had
brains.
turtle tongue?
Turtle tongue?
Mhm.
No. Have you?
Yes.
Where the hell did you eat turtle tongue at?
In Louisiana. Back home.
Oh, that's right. I forgot your dad's Cajun. Y'all eat crazy crap anyway.
Eat anything.
Everybody there. Hold on a second. Never mind. Staying alive, BGs. There you go.
A free
Free
bird.
bird. There's always a free bird. Listen, every week somebody goes free bird.
Okay, so next week
I
you just
am
need to
never
put on
going to do free bird, but somebody's always going to guess free bird. That's awesome. So pork taco, I will hit me up tomorrow. I will send you a couple of True Grit jigs and something from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, listen, it would be Earth, Wind, and Fire. Jeremiah, listen, do you remember? How's September go? In September, can you sing that song? I know you country boys. It's okay to say you like, you know,
Mhm.
oh boy, you know it.
Mm-mm.
You don't know it?
I don't know it.
Okay, I don't even know the words, but I know we are lagging. So I guess somebody's internet is not working right there. So anyway, listen, I've eaten cat. Listen, James, Larry, y'all got to watch out on his comments because that's a dirty old man. James Larry is a dirty old man. Actually, my son was in the shop and James come in. He scared my son. It was that bad. He just scared my son. That's all I got to say right now is this. All right, so good. Congratulations to Pork Taco. And now let's get back on to talk fishing. I've got a few more announcements we'll mix out through the day. But Joe Tex ain't going to bump no more with no big fat woman. That was the poetic reading. You did a fine job, Mr. Jonathan Farmer. So if you can fish as good as you can poetically read, we'll be all right. So let's talk Nottely Big Lake. Let's get into the big part of Lake Nottely.
I did see a question up there
Well,
earlier.
answer that question.
about the rain affecting the what's going on right now. It's only supposed to get down, I think, 43 degrees tonight.
Yeah.
Supposed
and
to
then
be warm.
high of 48.
Yep.
And then the next day we get a high of 62 or 60 or 65.
It might even be a little higher than that. Yeah.
I think I
heard
saw
70
60.
something in Atlanta. So yeah.
So I don't see the rain. The rain actually may pull the fish even further back into some of these pockets. If it's a warm rain.
It's a warm rain.
If it's a cold rain, it'll do is it'll cool the very backs of these feeder creeks like Ivy Log, Young Cane, and stuff like that off. And
it'll just make the fish stagnant for right now.
Ron Swinford, my job in life is to absolutely entertain you. As long as you keep doing this, I will never win because I am laughing too hard to type the answers. That's
my problem.
That's the whole point. We just wanted to be a little bit of fun, a little clean fun right in the middle of the show. So describe the difference between the big part of the Lake of Nottely as opposed to the river channel. Because it's not a very big lake. It's only 4,100 acres. So what is the difference?
The difference is you got like your big long fingers, like you've got in Lanier and stuff like that. Those big long feeder creeks.
Gotcha. Okay.
They play really, really heavy into the largemouth on the lower lake because they tend to stay back into those areas more than say on your main lake, like your spots.
Does Nottely have spots?
Yes.
But largemouth is the predominant species?
Yes.
Okay, so spots have not taken over yet. So we're talking, I mean, are they on the verge?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're probably it's close. It's
50-50?
Nah, 60-40.
60-40 largemouth to spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if you're like me, I target largemouth on Nottely. I don't go main lake most of the time. Right. Now, if I'm struggling, I'll go out there and put 5 small spots in the boat and go on.
Let me hit real. Can you pull Real Dog up there right there? Real Dog. Hey, number one, we appreciate you watching the show. Actually, we are on live every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. So we hope you will subscribe to our channel. Join us. We just sit here and give a good 2 hours of banter each and every episode. We'll bring a professional in here every once in a while. I've got a couple of them that are coming, but it's just basically common guys that fish these lakes to give you the information.
I got to tell you about that.
You got a what now?
So I got something to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
But okay, so I almost, and this is a big almost, but I almost had Ish Monroe come to my wedding.
Ish Monroe almost come to your wedding.
Yeah. But he's got a tournament that weekend, so he can't come.
Well, hell, Beyonce almost sung at church Sunday. I mean, what is that?
It's just something I was going to tell you after the show, but you made me
I
sing.
saw James Brown at the airport one time.
Huh? You saw who?
James Brown.
You saw James Brown.
Yes.
Listen.
It was something I was going to tell you after the show, but you made me say it.
Ish Monroe. Well, why didn't he come?
He's got a tournament that weekend, like I just said.
So what did he do? Did he send you back? Did you ask him to come?
No, he was going to be the +1 for one of my friends that were coming. Because, long story, I'll explain it later.
Well, can the world hear it now? Is it good? Is it a good story? Or is it crappy?
Well, yeah, it is.
Well, no, it's probably you. We'll talk about it later. So
Okay.
good. Okay. Anyway, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's right. So Ish Monroe almost came to Foster Dubrock's wedding, but that's okay. At least he was thinking about you, right? He considered it. That's almost like getting a big fish to the boat and you got to lift it up and it falls off the hook.
It breaks off.
It falls off or breaks off. And then sometimes I'm like, hell, that counts.
It's called a quick release.
Quick release. But anyway, again, who was that we were talking to? It was Real. I want to make sure I set him up.
Real Dog.
Real Dog.
Seriously, every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Share it with your friends, even though you're he's down in Orlando. Hey, listen, we won't hold that against you. You're just a Flatlander. But join us every Tuesday and Thursday night, and we love to keep talking. And maybe one day we'll talk about something that you like. And if we don't, just pop it in the comment, and we'll talk it up. So, we got any questions going on for what we got right there? He's just a friendly in person. So he's talking about you. Is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about me. Daniel Duckett, listen, I love you, buddy. He and his family come up today. What you see is what you get. All right, so there you go. That's the way we're supposed to be. Again, it's your shop. That's the way we do it. You walk in here, you might as well own the place. So, anyway, if you see the size of the fish, it counts. That's exactly right. You got the scales on the side. You can read it. You can tell it counts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, let's get back onto the main part of Nottely. Have we talked about it yet? I know we keep going off.
Well, we talked about the main feeder creeks.
The main feeder creeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now it is February 25th, 26th.
Yep.
Am I close?
Yep. We just went over this.
We went
we went over the date earlier.
Dude, it's been a long day. It has been a long day, and the power went out. It messed my whole day up. All right. So both of you that fish this lake, and I'm gonna let you go first, Eric. You're going out tomorrow. Tomorrow is supposed to be what? What's the weather supposed to be? 48 and rainy?
100% rain and 48.
100% chance of rain, 48.
Staying home.
And you're not staying home like Foster.
All right.
And you're going out to Nottely on the big main part of the lake.
On the big main part of the lake.
And you're targeting bass, largemouth specifically.
So if the wind is blowing from the south, I'm going to be north of Hyatt Bend, which is like an island that goes around the main river channel towards Poetic Creek. I guess it's Poetic Creek. I know the campground and stuff's right there. And up here's the dam. I would be up in that area.
Okay.
Probably more than I would be.
Is that considered the south end of the lake?
Mm-hmm. At the dam's the south end of the lake.
Okay. So you're closer to the dam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what depth of water are we talking about now and then when it's full? So give me both of them just so we know. Right now.
When it's right now, I'd probably be I'd be looking for places with about 10 feet of water. And with good drop offs, I'd probably be dragging a Carolina rig.
Okay. What does it normally get when it's full?
It would probably be right there. It would probably be
35, 30
35.
foot like that. What's the deepest part of Nottely?
I think it's like 140 feet.
Is that closest to the dam right there?
Yeah. It's real close.
Right
to the
out
dam.
from the penstock, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. It's where they.
What is the penstock?
It's a big concrete.
The TVA builds.
The TVA builds to be able to pull the pin, I guess, on the lake.
The emergency bath plug.
The emergency bath plug is what you're calling it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what's the best time in the spring to go to Nottely? Jonathan?
Here, really quickly.
Right now?
Not.
I put that.
I
put it on the Facebook page. I said these lakes are about to be on fire.
They are about to be on fire.
All right, tell everybody
I had a buddy
why.
of mine
In
catch
like
2
3
sevens
weeks.
out of there 2 days ago.
How much? 2 sevens?
2 sevens out of there 2 days ago.
Okay, that's awesome. What did he catch them on?
Crankbait.
Crankbait.
Mm.
Now, when you say crankbait, are we talking about like Barday when he told me to throw the Fritz side? Or are we talking about a little bit different?
No, we're talking like a DT10.
DT10. Okay. Any specific colors? I love to get it out of you, baby. Come on. And I tell you what, let's do this. This is what I tell guys that are listen. This is what I tell guys. If you don't want to give me your main color, give me your second best color. If you don't tell everybody your main, because I know you got to turn.
Well, everybody and their brother knows that the Demon is a go-to this time of year,
right?
The DT10 Demon. If you go up there right now, you're gonna catch fish, dragging it.
Okay.
Find you some stained water in the backs of these feeder creeks or these pockets, and just drag it. That's what I was fishing today. Granted, I didn't catch one on it. But we were in an area of fish because I rolled that DT10 over a couple's back and snagged 2.
Right.
So we were in an area of fish. They just were real negative today.
You throw a DT14 up there much or no?
I try and stay away from the DT14s. This time
Too big
year.
of a bill.
So I got
It's too big of a bill.
I got.
I don't like
It's got too wide a wobble.
Yeah, it does.
I like
so,
that
but
tight
like
wobble.
when I go from a DT10, if I need to go up, I just throw a rock crawler 55.
That's right.
Because you can get that extra 2.5, 3 foot out of it, but it's not that wide of a wobble.
But a lot of people
Got you, Barday. Got you, baby. Y'all keep talking. I'm hitting a comment every once in a while.
a sleeper bait actually up there, because there is threadfin in that lake, is the old Rapala shad wrap.
That's what Dad throws.
Okay. All right. Let's talk.
The Rapala shad wrap on Blue Ridge, Nottely, and Chateau. You go up there and find you a sandy point or a shallow channel swing. That thing's really close to the bottom. You don't even have to hit bottom with it. You just real close to the bottom, you'll catch some really good fish doing that.
Okay. All right.
Especially if they're triggering on that small stuff. Like when I went in the back of Young Cane today, we went all the way to the bridge in Young Cane. And yeah, we went shallow. I went looking.
Yeah, you did.
I went looking. Well, when we got to the bridge, I was spooking bait up like that.
Yeah, finger length.
I had finger length bait, and I sit there and I was looking at those shad wraps going, it's close.
Right.
That's close. We got a full moon this weekend, and then with the warmer temp from this week, and then the next 2 weeks is all warming trend. It's gonna fire off. It's not gonna be now, but 3 weeks, it'll be fun.
But okay,
the 5 and the 7.
Yeah. What size shad wrap are you throwing there? What did you say?
The 5 and the 7.
The 5 and the 7, and how about
5 to 9?
5 to 9. Okay, and then
I
I don't have
throw
a 9,
so a 6.
Maybe this would be
you
awesome.
throw a 6. So basically,
Because a 6 I can get away with on a bait catcher.
What about lipless crankbaits? I'll start with you, Foster.
What?
Any lipless crankbaits up there right now?
I wouldn't know.
And when I say lipless,
if I'd go up there, I'd go throw it like a TN60.
I caught
Okay.
one today on a lipless.
what was it on?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to the lake.
A what?
LV 500.
And that's made by who?
Lucky Craft.
Lucky Craft 500.
LV
Do
500.
they make the LVs 500s anymore?
Huh?
Do they make those
They
anymore?
still make them.
Okay, it's just super hard to find them still.
Do you
Everybody
throw-
buys them now. Tackle.
Daryl
Tactical Bass
Strayhorn, buddy,
has
how are
got-
you
put them on
doing,
the
son?
map.
I'm glad to
Yeah,
see
good.
you. Daryl Strayhorn. He's
A
good.
sleeper
He's a good
lipless
Daryl.
crankbait.
You know Daryl?
No,
Oh, Daryl's a good guy.
he's a cool guy.
A
Daryl's a
sleeper
good
lipless
guy.
crankbait.
I bet he's got a dip in
TN60.
right now.
Yeah,
too.
TN60.
That man's
TN60s
got
and
the biggest-
A lot
TN70s.
of people don't throw the Spro either.
Red
Very
man.
nice guy to me, though. I
No,
like Daryl.
have you done the new Spros though?
Yes.
The new Spro is pretty cool, and they came out with 2 new colors that are pretty nice.
So Daryl says you can't beat a shad wrap in February, and he is a hammer on Lanier in the cold months, definitely like this. So Mike Smith wants to know: do you like football jigs this time of year? I'm not a fan. I'm not a
Arky
fan.
style jigs.
I'm an Arky guy. I'm not a fan of football jigs.
Because I'm dragging. I'm looking for structure, either that be wood or anything on these secondary points that are leading back into these spawning pockets. So if I'm going to throw a football, I'm going to throw it on that gravel flat and just drag it. But when I'm fishing brush, it's an Arky head all the time.
Gotcha. How about you, Mr. Jig Man?
That's an Arky head.
You're an
Especially
Arky
when-
guy. How about you? You throw a
In the
jig?
summertime, I
I
throw
do
a
the
big jig.
Arky with the bucktail and an eel trailer.
So you're a little different.
Yeah.
Bucktail.
It's still
So
the same head, just
it's still the
different.
same head, but you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
Different
the
skirt
silicone.
material.
You're different skirt material.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let me pop this out while I got a chance. Pull up Strayhorn again. Daryl, if you would like to come on next week, I'm going to offer you the Tuesday or the Thursday night slot. If you'll let me know, you can let me know either right there, or you can pop me on. You got my phone number. I'd love to get you on and let's talk Lanier. Actually, anything this time of year, because I know this is the time of year coming up when you are one of the strongest fishermen around. So that opportunity is out there for you.
Get
Strayhorn.
Barday on next week.
Barday said he would come on if I could get. There's a fellow that fishes the National Pro Fishing League, and I have his name. Barday said if I find that guy and I can get that guy on, he would come on with it.
Who is it?
Hell, I forget. Ask Barday. I tell you, he's looking at it now because he said football jigs work well over rock, but kind of suck going through anything else. Listen, I just don't. I'm an Arky guy. I don't like any other head. I'm not a great jig guy anyway, but I just have more confidence if I'm throwing an Arky. Pretty much, you guys same thing.
It just depends on what I'm fishing.
When would you throw a football head?
When I'm fishing rock, primarily rock.
So rock is
Yeah.
football head.
Primarily rock,
But
football
deeper
head.
Do
rock.
that at Blue Ridge.
Deeper rock.
Deep rock.
And chunk rock. I'm talking like big rock, not like
You don't
Rip
pebbles.
rack
You're talking rock.
yeah, but not rip rock either.
Okay, so big natural
Like slab
boulders,
rock. Yeah,
kind of
natural
stuff.
rock.
There's
Natural rock.
only really one place on Nottely that I would really throw a football head, and
Okay.
that would be sort of out of Jack's Creek on the
Okay, all right, Daryl.
west side.
So Daryl, I'm gonna shoot you some
Big
dates
rock.
tomorrow, buddy, because he's gonna be at Russell. What about a jointed shad wrap?
I can't ever get them to
I
swim
don't
right.
really
Never
throw a
bought
jointed
one.
trap wrap because if you try and burn them, if you try and get that reaction strike, they'll blow out.
Gotcha. Okay, so
so does a regular shad, right?
Yeah, but usually you can tweak them and they'll swim.
You can.
I got you. How about this? What pound of line and what type of line do you use up there? We'll start with you, Jonathan.
Depends on what I'm fishing.
Let's go. Let's just. What's on your boat? What is on what? Let's tell you what. You got your top 3 rods on your boat right now. What are they, and what are they rigged on?
My top 3 rods is probably going to be a jig, an A-rig, and a jerkbait.
Right now, okay. So what kind of line are we using on your jig?
Jig, I don't go away from 17 pound really.
You like 17 pound? You mono or fluoro?
Fluoro. I throw the Cigar, a Braze X on my jigs.
Right.
Oof.
That's some really thick line. I mean, that's no,
like it's not thick. It's not thick.
It's strong.
Just stiff.
It's stiff. It's stiff line. So I like it because I can watch that line jump. If something grabs it pops.
Right.
Have you thrown Tatsu yet?
I have, and I love it. It's just too expensive.
That's
why I don't buy it.
Did you say Tatsu?
Tatsu.
Tatsu.
Okay.
They come out with a gold label now.
Gold label's only in leader material though.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But it's Tatsu with a little bit of extra.
What do you throw your A-rig on?
A-rig, 20 to 25 pound fluoro.
Mm-hmm.
And
what brand A-rig you throw?
The Fletzik rig from Hog Farmer.
And when you're running your A-rig, are you steady or are you jerking?
I work that thing.
You work that thing. So you're real a little bit pop,
rod snap or real snap?
Both.
Yeah.
It just depends. If I've got it to the side, I'll pop it, or if I got it down, I'll pop it hard and make that.
Sometimes a real snap, I figured out, works a lot better though than a rod.
Yes,
snap.
it does. Well, especially those long A-rig rods and swim bait rods.
Because you move an A-rig this much when you do a rod snap, but with a real snap, you move it this much.
That's right.
So Tatsu, Strayhorn says Tatsu only for me unless A-rig, then it's Invis-X.
Yeah, Invis-X is really good.
I had a question up there. I mean, so you got one more rod. So I know you got one more, but the 2 things you've mentioned already, William Fletcher is the guy that Barday wants me to get.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
I will get that. Now I will. Hey, it's on. I'm gonna get him. So you mentioned your jig rod. What length rod are you using on your jig? Real quick.
Either a 7.3 or 7.6.
Okay, on your A-rig rod.
A-rig rod is a 7.11.
7.11. Okay, now we're
extra
on your
heavy.
Extra heavy. Now we're on your third bait.
Oh.
So on your third bait, what was that? You said a jig and A-rig and what? It was one jerk bait. All right. So on your jerk bait, what kind of line rod you set up your thumb?
I actually set mine up braid to leader
on your jerk bait.
On my jerk bait.
Why do you not go braid to leader on an A-rig?
Huh?
Why do you not do braid to leader on A-rig?
I feel like if you make that mistake and you throw it too hard, that braid binds up. It's always going to break at the knot, and you're going to lose that rig.
It's expensive.
Oh yeah, it's a
$45
rig.
Listen, that's a good question, Foster.
Well, because a lot of people throw an A-rig on braid to leader
straight braid
or straight braid. I don't. I throw it on. I throw a straight line.
If you throw straight braid, what kind of knot you tying to your A-rig?
I throw an Alberto.
Palomar and Alberto.
Well, line to line.
No. You said braid straight to the A-rig.
Oh, Alberto or Palomar.
Palomar. You ever do that?
Not hardly. GT though.
The GT knot's a good knot.
Damn, man, keep adding knots on me every week. I ain't never gonna
tie.
Well,
it is. Listen, I got fat fingers that don't work from years of doing heat in there. It's hard.
But yeah, I don't do a braid to floor or a braid to leader.
Why would you ask him that? I'm just I'm very
just to see the of what a lot of people throw.
What's the difference? I mean, what is the advantage of going on an A-rig braid to fluoro?
Bigger line with a smaller diameter.
Yeah.
Right. Because your braid can be 50-pound braid, but it'd be the same diameter as 12 or 15-pound fluoro.
But is it a casting thing?
You can cast a little bit further with the braid. But it's a lot more noisy and stuff like that.
What about the FG knot? My gosh,
FG knot is a line-to-line knot.
I use the FG knot. I use the FG knot to marry my stuff up. It's a slimmer knot.
It's a very, very slim knot.
And it does not burn. I used to use the double uni knot.
That burns itself a lot.
The double uni knot burns if you don't do it just right.
If you don't wet it, it'll burn and cut itself.
And that's why I use the FG.
Well, what about you, Eric? You one of these?
I just use mono and fluoro. I don't use any braid.
You don't use any braid?
Not anymore.
Okay, why is that?
I'm a fun fisher. I don't care how far I cast, and most of the time, I don't have to cast more than 25 or 30 feet to catch fish. You know, if I'm one of those people that use short rods and make a lot of casts.
Are you a what you would call an electric?
Bar day makes it makes a lot of sense. And the dirty
straight
water
braid. If you can't see the rig, you can't see the line. So what's the difference? So, but
that's about
some guys are scared. That's why they throw the leader, because they're scared of fish can see the line. Well, if the fish can see the line, the fish can see the whole A rig and all the wires on it. So
I got that. That makes sense.
There's no point in throwing a leader.
I use the same.
That's a good point.
I use the same rod I throw my big swim baits on, that I throw my A rig on. So that's why it's already got 25 pound fluoro
so you
on
might as well.
So I might as well. I just go with that. I don't go.
So on your A rig,
Casey Blanton, how you doing, baby? I'm sorry, I had to say hey to Casey. What are you doing? Like I interrupted you. It's
I'm
my
just giving you a hard time.
It is my show. All right, go ahead, Foster.
So how you set up your A rig? Because I set mine up on a 5-wire A rig.
Mm-hmm.
I set up 4 regular size swim baits, and then my middle rig is always point something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And a different
Your middle
color.
rig is bigger.
Mm-hmm. And a different color.
I'm gonna say this just before y'all get going. I know a gentleman who taught me how to throw the A rig, and I know, and he's probably watching, and I think a lot of them. But he always had a couple of different colors. He would have a white, and he would have something a little bit different, like a green pumpkin, and he would key in on what they were hitting.
Mm-hmm.
If they were hitting both, it didn't matter. But if they kept hitting consistently the one color, then he knew, okay, let's switch over to the color. And I thought that was just a smart thing to do. I know it's probably simple, but it's very smart.
Pretty much.
So you rig up yours one way, and the middle one coming out's bigger.
Right. It's bigger with a different color.
How about you?
So it's something for them to key in on.
You throw an A rig a lot?
No, never.
Oh, so you're not an A rig guy. You have one?
I have one. I've never thrown it just because, it doesn't really.
It's
not really what I'm about.
It's not your style of fishing.
Yeah.
I got you. I respect that. How about you?
I do a lot like he does. I rig my 5. The rig that I use actually has 2 dummies up top.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have hooks. It's dummies. So they just sit there and swim.
Now
you use the same rig I do.
Yeah, the flex it rig.
Yeah.
All right. So here's something that
and the 2 top wires are shorter.
Y'all you said your dummies are on top.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now y'all heard me earlier mention Wyatt Richards, who fishes for Pickens County. He was up here talking to me today, and this is I just think this is interesting. Here's a junior high kid, and we're talking about A rigs. Now he likes to drag his A rigs across the bottom, so he takes his bottom 2, cuts the hooks and dummies those, so that he doesn't get hung up in the brush as much.
Okay, so he's got his. He must be using just regular like worm hooks up top.
I have no earthly idea.
Because if he's got weights up top, all that the rig's going to do is
flip upside down.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay, so that might very well be the case.
But why cut a hook when you can buy a hitchhiker and put a hitchhiker on top, and then you don't even have to worry about the hook or the weight.
Here's another thing too. Somebody told me this too. There was a difference in the fall of when you're throwing an A rig. And we're on A rigs right now. If you throw a lead head and then the resin head, that they fall differently. Like if you got a lead head, it falls either level or this way. If you got the resin head, your baits kind of fall.
Okay, so what size A rig without the hooks do you throw? Like when you buy just the package, what size is it?
I couldn't even tell you mine. Mine just.
I'm trying to think because I've got I usually go about the medium sized flex it rig.
So that's a 1/2 ounce.
The 1/2 ounce.
Okay, so you always want your heads that you put on your swim baits to be equal to or less than the head of the A rig.
Okay.
So if it's a 1/2 ounce head, you want your hooks, whatever, to be equal to or less than the weight of your head, so that it will fall level, and when you reel it, it will come through level.
Good job.
That's why I throw 3/16 ounce.
You were looking for the 3/16
you throw like
there?
3/16 ounce, and why you have the 2 dummy rigs up top to get rid of the weight in the first place.
Yeah.
Let's see. Barday says if you throw it with fluoro or mono, you don't let it get to where it needs to be. You're scared to lose it. But I guess on braid, you can put it in that.
Yeah, you can put it wherever you want, and you don't have to worry about it.
Well, that makes sense. Eric Thurman, I just have trouble buying into lines. If you use live bait, a fish will bite no matter what kind of line it is. I guess that's true, but I have found in certain situations. Okay, so no, mono has a use. All right, there's certain uses.
Barely. Barely.
Yeah, but I know a lot of guys that will throw all their top water will be mono.
That's true because mono floats.
Mono floats. It helps to get that. Fluoro for super clear water. And then in dirty water, you can get away with just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
the advantages of all three, I guess braid's the strongest, but let's just combine mono and fluoro. I mean, fluoro can get scratched up pretty easily and break. Mono's pretty tough, got a lot of stretch to it.
Well, that's why it's tough, because it has the stretch. And
Okay, so let me ask you,
because it's coated.
Why don't Stephen Young, Barday is the A-Rig master. You need him on here. Listen, if Barday didn't cost so much, I mean, my goodness, I've contacted his agent 15 times, and I mean, his price is outrageous.
Barday's a heck of a fisherman.
He is, but he's like, you got to throw rose petals at him to get him to come on here and stuff like that. I mean, jeez Louise. So let me ask you about an A-Rig on Nottely. Good bait to throw on Nottely?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's explain a little more than yeah.
A little more.
Oh yeah.
No, that's all we're getting. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it works.
It works.
It works. That's all you're getting.
It works.
What bait are we talking about?
Yeah. Back to the banjo.
What's your favorite A-Rig? You said
Banjo Man. I drop shot
the BFL Flex It rig from Hog Farmer.
And why?
I like
because it's legal.
Yes, it's legal.
It's legal.
Daryl Strayhorn, lighter wire hooks on an A-Rig with 20-pound line. Usually you can straighten hook before you lose the rig.
Yeah, that's what I do. I use a cheaper head, and I just have my drag set good.
I got you.
So if I run
an umbrella before with an umbrella rig.
Casey Blanton, I'm gonna read this since Barday said to be quiet. I have a weedless A-Rig and an open hook A-Rig ready at all times during the winter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I find it funny with the A-Rig. Okay, so the A-Rig is considered a wintertime bait. Yet people talk, I know some guys that throw it year-round, but if you talk A-Rig, a lot of guys say, hey, winter. It's a wintertime bait. Late fall, early spring, all through the winter, you can catch them on A-Rig. Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
Yes.
But it kind of goes against the back. Everybody says, well, bass are sluggish in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of goes to prove that old theory that's not true, that the bass are, you got to move to hit A-Rig. I know it's a reaction bait, but you still got to move to hit that joker.
Yeah. I don't care what lake you go to.
It's a bigger meal all at once.
Well, it is.
Works. But you got to think, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Are you good?
Go ahead, talk. Don't stop. You good? Talk.
Okay, so you got to remember what the shad do and what the bait fish do in the wintertime. They school in giant pods.
Right.
There's not just one single bait fish just swimming around like there is in the summertime. In the summertime, all the schools break up. So in the wintertime, they're in those big giant pods, and it's exactly what an umbrella rig imitates.
Okay, got you. What was you going to say?
I was going to say, any lake you go to in the wintertime, there's always going to be fish in that lake that are going to hit a moving bait, ripping it through, burning a crankbait, just never giving a jerk bait a chance to stop, just ripping it through. They're always going to eat it because you're enticing that reaction strike that they are bred to do.
Yeah, it's natural.
I got you. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a break real quick. I want to announce, guys, I want your support. I want all you guys to help out with this. The Miracle for Micah tournament is going to be on Hard Labor Creek Reservoir, April 17th. They've done it the last few years for a boy named Micah. Micah has now since been released and is cancer-free. So they have picked another young gentleman named Keenan. And Keenan was diagnosed with ALL. It's a type of pediatric leukemia just after his 5th birthday. Okay. So all the money that they raise for this is going to go to their medical expenses and needs for the family. Fish North Georgia is guaranteeing a $500 first place prize. Elko is guaranteeing a $300 second place prize. And True Grit Tackle is guaranteeing a $200 third place prize. All the rest of the money will go to the family. Again, they have a raffle that's right after the tournament itself. If you have anything that you can donate to the raffle, or if you want to take part in the raffle, you can contact and listen. Michael Wallace, and I wrote his number down. Dad blasted. I don't know where I put it. I will put this. I might have put it. Did I put it on the thing? April 17th. There you go. Scrolling along the bottom. I knew I did it somewhere. Contact Michael Wallace at 706-614-9916. Guys, Fish North Georgia, again, we're going to sponsor it. We're going to help them out. We will not be there at the tournament that day because we have an elite tournament, but we will make sure that the money is there. And again, that is for a great cause. Again, another chance for you to help. You can do it while fishing. Go out there and support them during the weigh-in, stuff like that. Buy a raffle ticket. help them raise the money just so that they can give Keenan and his family a little extra help. Okay, so guys, listen, this is our job. This is our calling. This is what we should do. All right, so I just wanted to mention that, and I think we can get back talking to fishing. I got one more later on, and we'll do that, or you may go ahead and get it out of the way right now.
Do as you want.
Let me go ahead and get it out of the way so we can stick on the fishing. Fishing for Warriors, guys, you know that I've become a part of this. I'm really starting to push it. They take a group of veterans out on a weekend. What they'll do is they'll fly them in. They'll house them on a Friday night. They have like a get-together / party on Saturday. They take them out to the lake. They pre-fish basically during the day. They come back that Saturday night for a little bit more of the camaraderie. And I say partying, but you know what I'm saying. They get together. It's a good thing. And on Sunday, they have an actual tournament, veterans against veterans on a lake. I think it's March 18th. I don't have the paper in front of me, but it's very close. It'll be on Lake Weedawee. There's a lake. I'm gonna post. Huh? Well, I don't think it's Wedowee. I think I'm saying it wrong. I know they got a tournament coming up. On the next episode, I will definitely.
Is it in Alabama?
I don't remember. I had to think. I just want people to start doing it. But I haven't even got to the tournament. But Justin Speece is a guy on our Fish North Georgia group page who's doing a kayak tournament. It's a benefit tournament, and he is selling raffle tickets for $1. We have them here at the store. There's about $4,000 worth of prizes and stuff like that. Did I mention this already tonight?
Yes, you did.
It's that daggum important. I
jumped in on that rifle. So there's
jump in. Did you do it?
It's a $15 Chattahoochee jig bag.
You got some stuff in there, so we'll probably throw something in too. So it's just, listen, guys, it's helping veterans. These guys went off, they fought, they protected us. Don't just kind of turn a blind eye to these guys as well. All right, you get to get up in the morning and do whatever it is you do, go fishing, hunting, working, whatever it is you do, because these guys have busted their ass and they protect us day in and day out, and they deserve our respect when they get back home, when they're done with their service and their time. That's what we should do. There's nothing more American than helping a veteran, I think, and supporting them. And let's do that. And again, guys, some of these guys see some really ugly things. Okay, you think about it. You don't see. You think you've seen ugly. Some of these guys have been really in the ugly stuff. So let's support them. Let's do this. Fishing for Warriors. If you can get involved, contact me. I've had some people write me checks to give to them. We're trying to raise $20,000. Okay, $20,000 will help fund them for a year. And that's several different tournaments. So that's the goal like that. So it's a good thing, and we're going to do that. We're going to make sure it happens. And I am going to tattoo the Fish North Georgia logo on what's his name's butt. Right now, Justin Aaron Brooks. He's the one that started this. I'm going to shave his mullet off right here, and I'm going to tattoo. I'm not going to tattoo. He's going to get Fish North Georgia's circle emblem tattooed on his ass. And we're going to show it right here. Everybody in the world, or at least the 76 people that are watching tonight, are going to get to see his backside. So anyway, that's it. That's all the announcements I got tonight. Let's get back to talking to fishing. And where you want to go from here on Nottely? What about Nottely? Can you tell everybody right now if they're going up there?
He didn't even get to rod on his jerkbait.
Oh, sheesh, we didn't. I'm glad. Listen, you're good. Usually it's somebody else keeping me in check. So let's do that. All right. So your jerkbait rod and line size, please.
Jerkbait rod is a 7 foot medium spinning rod.
Okay.
Or
jerkbait on a spinning rod.
Or
that's a little different.
Or a 7.2 medium baitcaster.
Okay, what's your line size?
What's the difference?
Yeah, and why would you
what
go
makes
one
you throw either one?
There you go, Foster. Man, come alive.
The depth of the jerkbait.
Okay, so
like the new Lucky Craft.
The pointer.
The pointer that goes down 12 feet.
So 102.
The 102.
Thank you, Stephen.
Wedowie.
I like Wedowie.
Yes.
I just
named
learned
after a
Native
American tribe, Wedowie.
It's named after a Native American tribe, Wedowie.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tribe named Wedowie?
Mm-hmm.
Were they closer to the Cherokee or the Creeks?
You lost me.
Okay, all right. So Wedowie. Okay, so Justin Warren, what is your setup rod for a jerkbait? You answered that, but how about you, Eric? You throw a jerkbait?
No.
Nope, I don't mess with that. I don't throw A-rigs. I don't throw jerkbaits.
I have.
Right?
Don't really like it. I like the suspending lipless.
Okay.
I think
who makes that?
EMA, and I think Sixth Sense makes one too.
There you go.
It's pretty cool.
So lipless,
have to look-
like,
I'm gonna have to look
I'm
at
gonna have to
those.
look on that one.
like a rattle trap.
Yeah, sorta. It's a suspending lipless.
Same similar type bait.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the lipless, I usually throw a blade bait instead of a lipless, but I really like that new suspending.
That's interesting.
Lipless.
That's of all the things people talk about in this show. That's the first one I've heard of a suspending lipless.
I didn't know they made them, so I'm gonna
Yeah, I
definitely
didn't
look
know
at
they made
that.
them.
What was the company again?
IMA, IMA,
IMA.
and Sixth Sense makes one too. I don't know what it's called.
IMA.
IMA. Okay, so
Like your Amos.
what are you targeting when you throw that?
Bass.
I know
around
bass.
docks.
Bass. No, I'm saying, but
No,
in
around docks.
in a certain situation,
around
so,
rocks. There's a lot of like rocks on channels, like steep bluffs.
right?
Is there a
and
dog
around
funnel
docks.
in Nottely?
Do what?
Is there a dog funnel in Nottely?
What the hell is that?
What's that?
Okay, it's hay grass.
Oh no.
Hay grass.
Yeah, it's because
Way
Did you
up.
say funnel?
Yeah, near Meeks Park.
Way
there's some
up
grass.
near Meeks Park, there's a little bit, not
Okay.
much. That's
because
about
there's
it.
so much to too.
And
And so
Matt
you can-
Melton,
There
you can
ain't
put
no,
a
there ain't
kayak
no near
in
as much as
Look
there
at that.
are.
on Meeks
too.
Park.
Okay, did you hear that pork taco? You can put a kayak in up at Meeks Park. Jeremiah, I see a spinner on 7 foot heavy.
I can go up to Canal
Is
Lake
this-
right now.
Hey,
too.
how about this?
Yeah.
Mike Smith
You
wants to know.
they have a specific.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
They
you're
have a
good.
specific kayak launch on Meeks Park that you can go all the way to Canal Lake and back if you want to. But yeah, that's the best place to put in.
You're absolutely good. Don't stop talking just because I am.
But Canal
this
Lake's
is your
good
show.
too.
Okay, so where was that question that was going up, back up? It was Mike Smith, right there. He said spinner on a 7 foot medium heavy. Is this a good general rod / reel combo?
Spinning or spinner bait.
I guess that's what he's saying.
I guess he's spinning rod on a 7 foot
Well,
medium.
spinner on a 7 foot medium heavy. Okay, that's
a great combo. It's
It
all
is.
around perfect rod.
it is.
To go
Even
do a
if
lot
it
of
was a
stuff.
spin rod on that, yeah.
Oh yeah,
spinner rod.
that's
Or
your
spinner bait on a
shaky
crank
head
bite.
rod. That's your
Yeah.
Your shaky head
You
rod,
do everything
small
with that. You can do a
crankbait.
jig, Ned, you can do
jig.
I
everything.
use a
light
7.2 medium
jig.
heavy on
7
a spinning rod.
I'll tell you this: I use the FX 610 because I'm a little smaller as for my jig all around. Josh uses a 7.1 more for his thing, but because
You
I'm
throw a 6'10" spinning rod.
no casting rod. I'm just talking about the length of the rod now. No, I do not throw my spinning rod.
6'10" medium heavy.
I
for
don't
a
think
jig.
I own a rod under
Mhm.
7 foot.
That's the only.
Okay,
rod I
hold
have.
on.
Oh wow.
That is
I didn't until last year, and I got a 6'9" heavy. Best rod I ever bought for a frog.
Frog rod.
Oh,
I figured you were going to say it was your flipping rod.
No,
frog rod, and I bed fish with it.
610. If you
it
go over
is
there to the
a
boat right now,
bad
look,
to the
that's
bone
the
rod.
only rod I have that's under 7 foot. But because like I said, I'm 5'7", I'm a little smaller. It just feels better for me for the jig and stuff like that. On my spin rods, I'm 7'4". I'm a
That's
little longer.
huge spinning rod.
Yeah, I'm a little longer. I use the FX. I got a titanium and a couple
Lots
of the
of tip.
extremes. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Lots of tip.
It is a lot to tip, but don't matter. I don't catch no fish.
My biggest spinning rod is a 7.2, and that's my shaky head rod. So I can
That's a
cast it
shaky
farther.
head.
But
My
everything-
titanium is that, and it's a titanium. It's a shaky head, right? That's what I use. It for.
Everything else is 7 foot, so I can drop straight down.
Jeremiah Giles, I use a 7 foot medium casting rod, 10-pound fluoro, and a 741 reel for jerk baits. I wish that I could just pop off my head what I throw and all that, but I really don't know. I'm just sorry, I don't know.
Anywhere from your 6'3" to ones and up to about 7'4", 7'5" gear ratios is your jerk baits and my crankbaits.
I thought it was 6'8" on jerkbait though.
6'8" Falcon Cara jerk bait special with Corrado 70 HG 7.4 on 12-pound fluoro. Love that setup. I bet you do.
I have the Corrado and the spinning rod, and I love it.
You do like that? Let me ask you this. All right, let's do this. He mentioned
That's an old rod. Too.
that's an old rod, but
Mhm.
it's a pretty nice rod. Let me
I
ask you this
love that
question.
rod.
I
If
found
you
one
had
one time.
$100 and that's all you had is $100 and Foster can't handle more than a 5.6 pistol grip. There you go.
Best spinnerbait rod I own.
There you go. So let me ask you this. You got $100 and you got to buy a setup.
Oh, that's easy.
But that's
No, it's not.
I know, but that's not because listen,
Somebody better post my bail because I'm stealing a reel.
the pole and the rod. What would you use?
I would use a 7-foot medium heavy Daiwa Arid X spinning rod and a 2500 Daiwa Revros. $100
$100
For both?
for both of them.
Okay.
My gosh, he
It's a
nailed
good
it.
setup too.
He knew what he was saying right there. The man knew what I said. That he had to answer. Boom.
Can I have $100 for each?
Yeah.
No, you got $100, and you got.
Okay,
Let's talk.
so $100. I'm just
listen,
buying a
listen.
rod and I'm stealing the reel.
No, no. Listen, we're talking
I
about
don't
a
think I
man.
have a
Listen,
reel under 150.
listen, you young punks. We're talking about a man that's got a family and 3 kids in college, and he can't afford a $300 setup. He's got $100. What is he buying? You can't even say it, can you?
No, I'm trying to
It's gotta be
remember
a-
something under $100.
Mine would be a
real.
lose. Lose
be-
sells a combo.
I think
combo.
Johnny Morris from Bass Pro makes a rod under $100.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going, Johnny Moore. You're going to the Bass Pro. You're going with the big guy.
I'm going Johnny Morris.
I'm going with the lose because lose has
with
all them setups.
either a Mach 1 lose.
Mach 1's $199 for a rod and reel.
All right, so Jeremiah
Never mind.
guys, Daiwa
Okay, so
ARDX rod, $50 Daiwa reel, about the same. Man knows what he's talking about. So there you go. You got some compliments right there. Go,
All
good
right.
job for you,
So-
man.
And then
100%. I would use a Berkeley lightning rod.
Uh-huh.
They're $39.99 at Walmart, and then I go get a Lose spinning reel that's $29.99 at Walmart. And the only reason I know this is because I have one.
They work pretty good. don't they?
I forgot about the $50 ones at Walmart.
There's
The Abu Garcia
they're $30
Revo.
Yeah.
The Revo, the Abu Garcia Revo is probably what I go
Yeah.
get from
Typically,
Walmart.
pick up
the
the
Black
Bass
Max is $50.
Bass Pro
Yeah, the
Shops
Black
Pro
Max is
qualifier
$50.
during their Spring Fishing Classic. That's pretty good too. That's the one I think where you can turn in the reel for a.
Can we do a $200 setup? Because I know exactly what I get there.
No. You're gonna get $100 on this one. So
And then we'll do a
Real Dog
$500
is
setup,
correct.
and I'll be able to
Listen.
tell you that one too.
Lose makes a lot of good stuff in that price range.
It does, but it only lasts you about.
But that
A
it
year and
doesn't
a half.
matter. It doesn't matter. We ain't
It
last.
does matter if you're trying to buy something that lasts.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't give.
Okay.
I don't care if it lasts. I said $100. That's all you got.
All right, well, you get 2 seasons out of it.
Well, that's all you need for $100. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't even get a season out of one.
you didn't get to see. Okay,
I
all right, so-
ripped the guts out of it in like a month.
a month. What? Okay, listen. All right, so now here we go. Same setup. What line you throwing? And you only got $20 to spend.
Big game,
Trilene, big game,
100%.
mono.
You can tow a boat with 17-pound big game.
Yeah, you can.
On my setup, I'd use the 8-pound. Who is it? It's the 8-pound Sunline Mono.
Okay,
I really like that line.
And that's like right at $20.
Everybody
it's like
hates that
$19.99 at
line.
school.
No, it's only $7. It's like $7 or $8.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Mono.
Oh yeah.
It's super cheap, and I love it.
okay. What about you, big dog?
Oh, I forgot about the Colts.
I'm probably going to go with Suffix
Suffix.
if I only had $20 fluorocarbon.
The advance.
I love throwing
The
these
new
questions
advance,
at you.
yeah.
You guys ain't ready for it.
Can we do a $200 combo?
No, we're
'Cause
not
I
going
can tell
to
you
do
exactly what I would
Okay, for a $200 combo, what would you use?
$200 combo, a Shimano SLX rod and an SLX reel.
And that's going to cost you about how much?
Cost you $100 or $200.
$200. All right,
That's pretty good.
that's what you'd go
Yeah,
with. You think
yeah,
so?
That's a good one.
A 7.2 medium heavy on the rod and a 6.8 on the reel.
Okay, what about you?
I'd probably go with a Ducket,
Uh-huh.
Ducket rod,
Right?
and
Ducket Ghost.
the Ducket Ghost, because I have a Ducket Ghost. It's an awesome jig rod.
Has it turned yellow
Yep,
yet?
there you go,
No.
Rob. $200
Really?
KBD lose combos.
And then I would probably
Definitely.
would go with a lose. It's the SP tournament.
Right?
I would go with that reel in a 6.3 to 1.
I got you. Okay.
Or the LFSs that are $99.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good reel.
Okay. How about right now? Now we're going. Let's go down south a little bit. Let's jump to Blue Ridge.
Okay.
You're going to Blue Ridge tomorrow. What are you using?
Shad wrap, jerk bait, and crankbait.
Targeting bass on what kind of structure?
Spot bass on sandy points,
Sandy points, long points.
long
You ever
points.
fish Blue Ridge?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you use tomorrow?
Grub.
A grub. Okay.
Yeah.
What color?
You're Gary Yamamoto grub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So just
It's
like a
catching
4-inch
some good
DT.
fish on
Like,
Yeah, it
Blue
like
does.
Ridge.
Yeah, it does.
287 color. Gary Yamamoto.
Okay. So, but what kind of jig you putting it on?
16th ounce. Doesn't matter. Number 4 hook usually.
And when you say grub, we're talking about like the hula grub, the DT.
Not the hula grub, like
It's called the spider grub, isn't it? Or something like that. It's got a skirt. It's their U-tail grub, but they throw a skirt on the front of it.
Oh, the spider jig.
The spider jig grub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Or the fat Ika.
And are you targeting Blue Ridge's
bass?
I know largemouth, smallmouth, or spots.
Spots.
You're targeting
Spots.
spots.
And hope that I get
A
a
smallmouth.
smallmouth.
All right, what about you?
Right now, I'd probably just go throw a shaky head around.
How come you ain't said jig? You own a jig company. You ain't said jig on that.
He throws them enough. He's sick of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I really and truly, I've been fishing a lot, and I haven't got a bite on a jig in a while. They're just they're not wanting that bigger profile right now with all the weather that's changing up and down.
Right.
So just trying to keep it small as I can.
Okay.
Dalton's got a good one, a Kitech. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
I said
swim
a
bait real quick,
3.2 or a 3.3
or a
or a
3.8.
3.8 on like a little guppy head
Like a
from
quarter.
Dirty Jigs and a 1/4 ounce, just dragging that thing across the bottom. And there's some
When you
big ones caught.
when you say dragging across the bottom, are you purposely reeling slow so that you're feeling the bottom, or are you kind of like hopping on the bottom?
I'm reeling slow,
it's
and
like
if I
So you're staying total contact with the bottom the entire time.
right,
Mhm.
Describe to somebody what that bite is like when it finally loads up.
it just gets heavy.
Yeah, your rod. Just starts to bend.
You don't feel much. It just your rod loads up, and you just you don't set the hook. You just pull into them.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
have
crankbait bite.
something that I do with that. I cut the tail off the swing impact,
Mhm.
and I use an Okashira head, and I use the technique called a light bottom wind, and that catches me more.
Like a yo-yo.
Yeah, there's a Japanese angler, Waki, in California. He's got these YouTube videos on it, and it's a technique that's been developed in Japan, and I started using it, and I catch a lot of fish with that.
Okay, so say the technique again.
It's called light bottom wind.
Light bottom wind.
Yeah, it's like bottom wind.
Bottom wind. Okay, and describe what you're doing.
So you make your cast.
And what are we casting?
Okay, you've got
This is
a
new. This
small
is new to
jig
me
head.
right here, right?
Yeah, a 16th ounce jig head. This is all.
No, you're throwing this on spinning reel, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah. You ain't throwing this on no bait caster,
yeah.
right?
16th ounce jig head. That's what I use. Usually a darter head
Okay.
or something with a point.
All right.
Okashira head works. Usually like a 3-inch bait. The Sexy Impact by Kitech or the Swing Impact with the tail cut off. Not the Swing Impact fat, just the regular Swing Impact.
Why do you cut the tail off?
It's just the way that it falls is different. With the darter head, it's got more of a shimmy. Yeah, if you have the paddle tail on there, it waves it around.
Waves way too much. So do you not throw like the stuff for like a trying to think of what pulse? What am I trying to think of? Not the chatterbaits, but the whatever. What's that bait on your
Pulse
t-shirt?
fish.
Yeah, well, no, the scrounger head.
Scrounger.
That bait that they make, a hog farmer makes the bait. What am I talking about? The no tail.
Spunk shad.
Yeah, the spunk shad. Do you not throw a spunk shad on it instead of cutting the tail off?
No.
It's just
I just
it's a
haven't.
fish imitator with a long tail.
It's
That's
just
all it
because
is.
I have the Kitech.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. We're gonna stick on that, but real quick, have you guys tried Rapala's new OG Slim crankbaits?
Yes.
I bought
Or any
3
other
of them.
flat side balsa baits? If so, what colors?
They make it. Octafo designed his own demon color, and then he made a mustard color.
Which
That I put
nobody
on.
can get a hold of right now.
No,
Right.
because they're on back order. But
They're on back order.
Academy has them.
Like everything. Okay.
I bought like 5 of them.
All right. So I just want to answer that question. Let's get back to you and your what is that? The light wind,
Light bottom wind.
light bottom wine. Okay, so you've cast it out.
You cast
whatever
it out.
Joker is,
You let
got
it. You wait forever until it hits bottom.
right with a 16th ounce. I'm sure
Right.
takes forever.
You pop it.
Uh huh.
You reel it. Pop it. Reel it. You make sure it maintains bottom contact. Sometimes you'll get 2 pops. Sometimes 3 pops.
So it's just a finesse version of yo-yoing a bait.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Dumb it down for everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want it to shimmy though. You want to make sure
Right.
the bait shimmies.
The art. We're talking about on the bottom here. The art is the reel slow enough to stay on the bottom, but fast enough to keep it from hanging up. All done with the reel, never pulled with the rod. Does that sound about right?
Right.
Yep.
Because if you pull with your rod, you're just going to bury that hook.
Right. What you want, buddy?
Up one question from
Up one question from that. Evidently, there was something going up.
There's
You
what
go
that
to-
small swim bait
Right.
can do on Blue Ridge.
Yeah, are you sweeping the rod like a Carolina rig with the swim bait, or are you just reeling it slow reel? Just
There's
this.
what that small one can do on Blue Ridge with a smallmouth.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
That's a smallmouth.
Now, do you do?
That's a 6 pound smallmouth.
Wow.
Now, do you do?
That don't look like no
The
smallmouth.
slow-
I've
That's
ever
a
seen.
smallmouth.
Do you do the slow? Do you set the hook or you reel into it? What was that with the Kitech?
Mhm.
Yeah, with the Kitech.
I continue
sweep
to
into
reel
it.
till I feel pressure.
Okay.
And when I feel pressure, I just kind of pull into the fish. I don't set the hook. Though when you're fishing this and you're fishing such a light wire hook, it's just like your drop shot. When you pull on your drop shot, you don't set the hook.
Right.
You just pull into them. So when you pull into a that type of fish with that small swim bait, you're just pulling into them. It'll set the hook on itself, and it usually will hit them right here every time.
Yeah.
Upper lip.
Upper lip.
Okay. All right. That's
It's just like throwing a crankbait.
yes. Tank says real into it and all that.
Yeah.
And
Till it feels heavy. When
Yeah.
it feels heavy, you just pull.
Yeah, when your rod starts to load it the rest of the way.
I think it's interesting now. Now he fishes tournaments. He fishes tournaments. You're just a enjoyment fisherman.
Right.
Now, when you hear them talk about these, now you said a technique earlier that hell I never heard of. So you gave us something. But when you hear these guys talking about sweeping rods and stuff like that, same stuff for you. You sweep when you do Kitex or something. Or I mean, is it different because your mentality is different? I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I don't do a lot. I mean, the type of fishing that I do isn't like probably wouldn't be great for tournaments because I'm trying to catch a lot of fish, not 5 big fish.
Right.
And the 5 big fish tournament format sort of like encourages a style of fishing that's more of like high probability, to get a bigger fish.
Right.
And mine just sort of like, let's hunker down right here and take our time and try to get as many
You
as we
fish.
can right now.
You fish as many high percentage areas as you can
As you
in one
possibly
day.
can in 8 hours.
As far as the tournament guy goes,
Mhm. You
and
you're
saying,
jumping
hey, I'm
all
just
over
gonna
the
sit
place.
here and chill and fish into that.
Yeah, and try to catch as many fish here for as long as I want, as long as I feel I have confidence in the spot.
Okay. All right. So we let's stay on Blue Ridge for a second, and we're going to jump to Carter's real quick. Okay. And listen, I know it's a lot because you can do 15 episodes on each lake.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you're going to Blue Ridge. Now you said Sandy Points. What are you throwing?
Crankbait, jerkbait.
And what kind of crankbait? Not just specific game winner. Give somebody out there
any really small crankbait.
small. You going small?
I'm going with a shad wrap in hot steel or fire tiger.
Not a
On
penguin.
Blue Ridge.
Not a penguin color.
Mm-mm.
You like penguin color?
Well, I
What
like
is
it,
penguin
but
color?
It's their shad version.
It's their shad version, but
Black
not or
top, white
not
bottom.
Nottely. Blue Ridge has perch in it,
Right.
Oh yeah, fire tiger.
and this time of
That's
year
awesome.
is when the perch pull up shallow,
Okay.
and those big bass are up there hammering on them.
Gotcha.
So you're
Okay.
throwing a 5 to 7 in hot steel or fire tiger. You're mimicking them small perch up there.
There you go. Good information.
Just like
And-
right now on the near, you would
That's
throw like a
awesome.
stalemate color
Mhm.
because you'd be imitating the crappie. You
Gotcha.
do the same thing on.
Dalton made you need to get me and Farmer on a show for Blue Ridge.
Well, we need to, and we'll do that. It's the thing about it is, there's so much to cover. I mean, we really don't have enough in a 2-hour show. You really can't cover.
No, you
nothing
can't.
good enough.
Blue Ridge, like you said, Blue Ridge has become a really great.
Is it
spot bass
still
fishery.
down?
Yes,
How far down is it?
14, 15 feet, just like
When,
Nottely.
when will it come up?
Say about the same time as Nottely.
And that is
Into April.
Yeah.
really so
Month
keep it
ago.
low till
They
all the
keep
way
it
to
low
that-
until the busy season starts. They'll up it up for all the
Yeah.
pleasure guys,
Yeah.
and then they'll draw her back down.
Because it's for flood control, so they keep it low for the rainy season.
Right,
so
I
it'll fill
got
up
you.
that
So
way.
let me ask you this: how does the fishing change on Blue Ridge when they start raising it up?
The fish will pile up in brush,
More brush.
more brush. The
So
more brush,
the brush is on
Yeah.
is visible now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you can make the brush.
You
too.
can break
can
the
make
brush,
brush.
it's more visible. So as water comes up, those fish will migrate from deep to the brush.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll migrate to like the deep water reservoirs. They'll follow the ditch all the way to the back, and before they spawn. But if they hit a brush pile on the way up there, they're going to stage there and then make their move further up in. So they use the secondary points in brush more than they use, say, on a lowland reservoir, where they'll if they go back at a creek arm, they're hitting every secondary point on the way back.
Right. Okay. Let's jump to Carter's real quick because we got a few minutes left. The lake that everybody seems to hate. Between Carter's and Allatoona, those are the two lakes that I hear everybody complaining about.
I like it. It made me when I moved to Jasper 5-6 years ago. I went to Carter's and it made me slow down. Right. I've been a power guy since I started bass fishing, moving, covering water. Didn't really have to slow down,
right?
Because Blue Ridge fished pretty shallow. You could crank it. You can do all that with that smallmouth and the largemouth up there. You could use moving baits. The only bottom bait I ever used was a jig and a lizard, old Zoom lizard.
Right.
And but when I went to Carter's, because of how deep it was, I had to learn how to slow down and finesse fish. And if you can learn the areas on Carter's that holds fish year round, it don't matter when you go, you're going to catch fish.
So one thing about Carter's is it's deep.
It is deep. 412 feet, I think, is its deepest point.
And, I hear, of course, we've had guests on that say there's no thermocline in Carter's. So the spotted bass can be caught in 60, 80 feet on the bottom sometimes with shaky heads. You ever done that? 60 to 80 feet.
Oh, yeah. I caught one out of a ditch in Carter's the other day on a shaky head in 80 feet of water.
What's the deepest you ever caught?
On a 3/16 ounce.
Probably like 30 or 40 feet.
30. Do you fish Blue Ridge a lot?
Blue Ridge? Not that much.
Carter's?
Never been to Carter's. Always wanted to.
Well,
it's a different lake. How about you, Foster?
I haven't fished Carter's yet. That's one of the ones that I'm on my bucket list to go fish. But it's not uncommon to catch fish at like 65 foot.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Well, Carter's, because they backfill from the lower lake, doesn't have a thermocline.
Right.
Just like Sinclair and Oconee.
But Sinclair and Oconee, the deepest part of it's 50 foot?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
55.
Carter's is still so deep to not have a thermocline.
It does not have a thermocline. So that bait fish can get down there in 80, 90 feet, where if you really think about it, it's not that far.
It's not
a 20-foot bass boat.
It's four
bass boats sitting in front.
And that's funny you say that, because the other day I was thinking that 90 feet is like, in the fishing one, is like extremely, extremely deep. But go to a baseball field. It's home to first base.
No,
it's not that far.
It just feels that far away, because when you throw out there,
you can't see that far.
Taking forever for your 3/16 ounce shaky head to get to the bottom.
Right. It does. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now we're getting close. We're getting close to the end here, like that. You're fishing Saturday.
Yes.
You fishing with who?
Nobody.
Ain't in a league or something?
Oh,
no.
I thought ABA 30-35.
You're fishing Nottely.
Fishing Nottely. Looking for a good showing, but today directed me in the path I think I need to go to.
Right. How many boaters you guys gonna have?
From what I heard from Andrew, we're pushing 40.
40 boaters. How many non-boaters you got?
All I know of is probably one or two. I don't know that many. So most of the guys are going to be fishing by themselves in a boat, and then somebody will have a guy with them.
Gotcha. So there's a point system, though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
For boaters,
200 points for first place, and then it goes down from there.
That's pretty good if you only a couple non-boaters in there. That'll work good. How about you? Where are you fishing this weekend?
Blue Ridge.
You are fishing Blue Ridge. What are you targeting?
Spotted bass.
Spotted bass, okay.
Yes.
And what you going to be throwing?
Probably a blade bait.
Okay.
Probably.
When you say blade bait, you talking chatterbait or you talking?
I'm talking about a lipless that's just a thin strip of metal.
Okay. All right.
Steel shad.
Steel shad. Okay.
Steel shad or the Demiki.
I use the Mega Bass Vibration X.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite one.
Molex made a good one 2 years ago.
I like the bar day. 90 foot is a long way to an old fart, man. Only if we have to run it, buddy. I mean, if we have to run it, it's far. But the reality is, if you sit back and look at it, I mean, everybody says it's 90 foot deep. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's like
It's not that far.
But it's
not, especially if you got them
not
under
that
him and
far.
you got a half-ounce jigging spoon. It does not take a while.
It does not
No.
take a long way, but I mean, I'm talking about your visual. Your brain thinks 90 feet is like extremely deep.
Mhm.
But if you sit at home plate on a high school baseball field, even it's just home to first.
I will tell you this, fishing Carters. I'm a big avid
That's right,
believer in the fizzing needle
right?
because of that lake. I have seen too many tournaments come from that lake this time of year, and you just people throw their fish back and they're just laying out there,
Yes.
floating. I've actually put my boat back in the water and got back out there and fizzed them and let them go because they were still swimming.
It is that I agree.
I can't fizz needle because I've killed a fish trying to do it, and I just can't figure out
Mentally, you
exactly
can't. Right?
where.
Do you weight them though?
Yes, I weight my fish.
Okay,
I weigh my fish and constantly run fresh water on them.
I was going to say, now how does that work? I know
the weighting
I've
of the
always,
fish.
I've never weighted my fish.
Okay, so
Okay,
the weighting keeps them right up the proper way they're supposed to be,
Mhm.
and then lets nature pretty much take its
Yeah,
course.
they equalize.
Okay, so instead of you manually doing
manually releasing the
the
fish out,
fi-
because sometimes that air releasing so fast can actually do more damage than good.
it,
So I weight my fish, which when their swim bladder comes up, they automatically want to flip upside down.
Gotcha.
Well, with the weight, they stand straight up, so that way the blood, nature, whatever, it does what it's supposed to do, and it equalizes itself.
Yeah.
Time.
I will tell you this.
Now, it does take like 2 ounces to make sure that they stay down. But
Right, I can fizz through the mouth.
Yes,
I've
You
never gone
right
I've never
between
gone
the
to
crushers.
side, and I'm very good at it. And I haven't killed one yet.
I've
But
not-
I will
I've-
tell you this: guys that hold it, and when they're holding the fish at the wrong angle, the fish has got to be level.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to get down there level so that when you go in, you can have it ready. But when it's got to be right. When you pop,
Mm-hmm.
if that fish is turned like this, you're doing damage.
Mhm.
You're either going into the guts or
Mm-hmm.
you're going up into the
heart.
spine and the heart.
You'll hit
So-
the heart every time if
So
you don't do it right.
I know the guys that go through the side and they've got their process, and that's all fine and great. They know what to do. But I go through that. But either way, if you're not fizzing, it's not just poking that fish with a needle. You got to pay attention to what you're doing, because you can do more damage. You get Frederick Dyer. Where can you buy the weights? We actually sell them at Fish North Georgia. But any really good tackle store should have them. But we do sell them online here. I'll be glad to send you some if you want to throw some money out that way. It dispels the gas naturally when they're upright. That's basically the rule of putting the weights on.
Yeah,
And-
I've actually ran out of the culling weights, and I just took the punching weights that I had out of my tackle box and braid and a hook and hooked them onto the fin. Worked that way.
I will tell you this about the weights too. Now, and this is an extreme situation, but everybody knows if you hook a fish in the tongue,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, whatever it is, that there's a chance that fish is going to die. I don't know
Pour
why
Mountain
it is.
Dew in its
bleeds
mouth.
out. Pour Mountain Dew in his mouth.
Well, you can do that, but I tell you what, we put them in there, and
Or take your fish alive.
Aaron Cole said that fish is going to die. There's nothing we could do about it. And we popped that fish on weights, and that was at 7:30 in the morning when we caught that thing. And that thing was still alive. So I know just keeping them in the natural position that they are has to do pretty good for them like that. So, but I've never had to fizz one. Well, I have fizzed a couple that came pretty deep, and they were on like lakes like Latham and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, it depends on how fast you bring them out of 90 and 80 foot of water too.
I guess so. Yeah.
If they come up and look like a balloon,
You've got to fizz one. But if you
You've gotta
take
fizz one.
your 2 to 3 minutes to fight a fish, you won't have to fizz it.
2 to 3 minutes. That's a long time.
I mean, if you're fishing in 90 foot of water, you got to.
But that is a long time.
Yeah,
It is a long
that's
time.
how they can eat. They can do it naturally, expel all that gas.
they don't
and you
look
tease it.
like a football when like a balloon when you
Right.
bring them out.
Right. Okay, I got you. All right, so we're about here to the end of our time. Foster, what you got going on in your life?
I am working all this weekend, and I may fish a Sunday afternoon tournament this weekend.
You got any BFLs coming up? You gonna fish?
Have
When's your next
March 13th. We're fishing on Oconee.
I'll see
Okay.
you there.
That's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
okay.
You two both fish.
You
the
won't see
same-
me in my regular boat, maybe, but you'll
What's
see
wrong
me
with
out
your
of a
regular
boat.
boat?
Coming back from Florida, I dropped my motor on my hydraulics.
Oh,
You got the worst luck with
I do.
boats.
So
I-
my trim motor went out, and my buddy did not lock my motor back in place, so all the weight came and messed up my hydraulic trim system. So I might be
Okay.
fishing out of my buddy's boat, but hopefully I'll get my
well,
boat
hey,
back in
you
time.
big.
you still got a boat to fish
All
out.
right, Eric. What are you gonna be doing this weekend? You said Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge.
Going for spots.
Yes, sir.
Just kind of joy fishing, loving life.
Oh yeah. Spending time with my dad.
That's a perfect way to be. That's good stuff right there. What about you, Jonathan?
Going to Nottely.
And you're fishing the ABA.
I'm going to fish the ABA, and I'm going for a giant sack of largemouth.
Going for a giant sack of largemouth. Right now, what is it going to take?
20 pounds.
Oh, really? That big? 20 pounds? We'll keep.
It's been taking 20 pounds every week.
Is that a mixed bag or
all heads?
All largemouth. Okay.
What do you think it'll take on Oconee?
Huh? Oh,
Oconee?
it ain't gonna be 20 pounds.
No.
Yeah, it might be close.
It might
well,
be.
that
Somebody
time of year, if somebody gets on,
You got to remember we're 3 weeks out.
yeah,
That's close. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, it'll be 17, 18, 19 pounds that wins on Oconee.
It'll be 18.
Okay.
It'll be 18 and a half.
I got you.
Unless we have a cold front that goes
Don't
through
tell
like
me
we
that.
had that last one.
Don't tell me that.
It will happen. It will happen. So
I want it to rain though and muddy up that water.
muddy up the water. You need that muddy water. So you're welcome there, Port Taco, for the Nottely advice. And I can give you, if you hit me, Matt, I can give you Jonathan's number. He's a good guy. He will definitely help you all he can.
Oh yeah, I
So-
don't care about giving anybody.
He
info
don't. He's
about
very
that lake.
good.
It's hard
guys,
to fish somebody
listen,
else's
It's a great
fish.
place.
It is a great place. It's one of the many great places we have in Georgia. That's the thing. We got so many. We're kind of heavy on the near here, but there's so many great lakes, big lakes, reservoirs around us that it's really, it's crazy. What are we laughing at?
I don't tell Paul any of it.
Yeah, don't tell Paul any of it because I think he's fishing against.
That's
Paul.
right.
That's right. So,
He's right there.
yeah, Paul's back there again. Listen, I want to thank
Sorry,
Paul.
Paul.
I wanna
That,
thank
that
Paul.
conversation we were talking about later
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen.
I want to thank Paul for coming in and running and learning how to do this and being our official backup, or actually he'll probably be the man once Josh goes out of town for stuff like that. But I appreciate him coming in, taking the time to learn it. I think he has a good time back there. He does a very good job. I see the cameras and all that. So I think Paul is loving life back there. I want to thank Foster with Chattahoochee Jigs and the Dugout, and for coming up tonight on such short notice. I asked him to come up, and I know he's tired. He's only 21, and he acts like he's 85.
I'm an old man. I'm
He's
past
an
my
old
bedtime.
man. He is really,
That's right.
really.
Yeah, I'm past my bedtime.
He's past his bedtime, so I appreciate you coming up. Eric, you just stopped in to see what was going on and all that, but we threw you on the air, so I appreciate you jumping in.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, no,
I need to get up with
awesome.
Eric. Both of us go hit Nottely.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
do.
got to do it.
Y'all do, and that's the thing is, and what's pretty cool is, like I said, you had no expectation of being on the show tonight. You showed up, and come on, be on the show.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to tell everybody that's kind of what we are here. All right, it's community. It's guys like you and me and Eric, and we get up here and we talk a little bit of fishing. We bring in an expert like Jonathan every once in a while.
I ain't no expert.
we
Maybe in my own mind, legend in my own mind.
we bring it in.
When
but
I dream.
when you dream, well, listen, we all dream, right? So, but Eric, again, thank you for jumping in on short notice.
Hey, no problem.
And
Anytime.
I love it, and again, I'm still thanking you for the sweet nectar that you brought me a few episodes ago.
Let me know when you run out.
It's fantastic. I will do
He's like,
that.
it's already out.
It is out. I'll go ahead and tell you it's out right now. I can tell you right now, it's going to be out. It's going to be out by this weekend. And again, Jonathan, listen, this is your third time on, and I'm glad we actually got to talk.
I got to talk Nottely. I'm
He
happy.
got to talk Nottely.
right.
Bless his heart. He's been on here so many times, and we don't ever talk about what he's actually here for. And even tonight, we got a little bit of stray. But first of all, you're a good sport in doing this, and I appreciate it. He is actually a part of the True Grit family, and we appreciate having you on. And you got a few other sponsors you might want to give a shout out to right this second.
I got Woo Tungsten. Woo.
Woo,
Like
tungsten.
Ric Flair.
Got
It's whose birthday today?
Ric Flair's birthday today.
The Nature Boy. Happy birthday. Woo! All right, there you go.
TRC covers.
Right.
Protecting your rods and your investment, really. I got Pulse Fish now. They're a new one. Glad to be that's the best scrounger head on the market.
Is it? Okay.
Oh yes.
All right.
Swims true on every cast.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
True Grit.
That's right.
I gotta mention True Grit. Caught one today on the jig. So
There you go. And listen, guys, if you want a jig and you got a custom jig and I know, listen, I'm gonna tell you that we sell Chattahoochee, and Foster builds a hell of a jig. And I'm just as proud of selling his jig as I am any of ours. So Foster builds a great jig. So if you want a Chattahoochee jig, I got 20-something colors. You can come and go online. We are putting some of them. I did take pictures of them finally. I'm going to get them all online, Foster. But we got them in the store. So you guys, Foster, I need some 3/8 jigs and some weights from you, Mr. Pruitt.
You have my number.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
He fished with me at Eufaula.
At
He was
Eufaula?
a co-angler. So
Okay.
And then
there you go.
Bass Reaper.
Bass Reaper.
I can't forget about Bass Reaper. They got some really good soft plastics. If y'all want to give them a check, check them out. They've got some really good soft plastics and some really good. They've got a new one out that's the Crypt. It's a.
Is that the one that Murphy brought to me about putting in the store?
No, that's a different bait company.
This is the company out north that you talked to me about.
Yes.
I got you. There's so many I forgot.
This is the Bass Reaper.
These things ought to be about right now, buddy.
You can go online and mash and type in Bass Reaper Bait Company.
What do you think?
These are fantastic.
Talking about the cheese curds.
Mm.
I'm serious. They're
They
good,
dang good.
dude.
Uiga?
Waiawega.
Waiawega.
$10.50 a pack here at Fish North Georgia. So
They make come out with a new flipping bait called the Crypt.
this is Reaper baits.
And this is Bass Reaper bait, and this thing is awesome.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I tell you what, guys, listen, the guys that are surrounding me, kind of getting to be like family. So we've been dealing business with Foster. Again, he makes a hell of a jig, Chattahoochee jigs. I will never ever tell anyone not to buy a Chattahoochee jig. They're very well built. And
thank you.
Yeah, you do a good job, son. I mean, I'm not going to, I know I own a jig company too, but you build a hell of a jig.
They hold up. Really.
They hold up very well. So I mean, again, I would not tell that if it weren't true. I make money on his jigs just like I make them on mine, so it doesn't matter. So you can buy his or you can buy mine. It's good. I make money, but again, hell of a jig, Chattahoochee jigs. Anywhere they're sold at several different places. Dugout being one of them, I guess. They still got Dugout, and there's some other ones. We sell them, but you can't go wrong with them. They're very good. So, and Eric, again, I'm going to start calling you 46.
All right.
46. So I appreciate you jumping on here. And Jonathan finally got to talk a little bit of Nottely, and you're part of the family. But all you guys, seriously, have gotten to where you hang around here. You've been here several times now. You know that you can come in and feel comfortable here. And I love it. That's what I love about our show and what we're doing. So
come in and talk fishing.
Come in and talk fishing. We're getting the stools put up, everything. Again, we're going to be here Friday. What's today's date?
25th.
Today's 25th. So Friday the 26th, Saturday the 27th. You can come in. If you come in, bring some canned goods for the Georgia Mountain Food Bank. Bring a couple dollar bills for the Fishing for Warriors raffle. Let me sell you a ticket. Bring an autographed hat. If you got an old hat, autograph it. We're going to hang it up from the ceiling. Paul, am I missing anything, sir?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Absolutely. First of all, go to our Facebook page or our Facebook group page. Make sure you join there. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe there. Click the notification, the bell, so that you'll be notified of any future content. You can follow us on Instagram at Fish North Georgia. You can follow us on TikTok at Fish North Georgia. You can follow us on Twitter. And guys, listen, Twitter's the one I do. You guys need to follow Twitter. Just join Twitter and follow us. I'm trying to grow that. The smarter guys do the Instagram and stuff like that. I got Twitter. It's at Fish North Georgia GA. All right, Fish North Georgia GA. And again, anytime you got a comment or a suggestion for a future show, you can message us at any of those things. A topic, anything like that, and we'll do our best to cover it. I've got a plan out. I've got enough guests scheduled that I want to have on through probably the end of June. Now I got to do a little finagling. Foster, you'll always be a good feeling. How about that?
Good plug.
Good plug. You're a good plug. But anyway, so guys, listen, it's 2 hours and 7 minutes. It's time to go to bed. All right, we love you. We appreciate you. Tomorrow when you wake up, do something good to make the world a better place. Don't just wake up and be in it. Wake up and make it better. Again, we'll see you this weekend. We love you. God bless you. Y'all have a good day.